The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, what it do? What it do? Trying to get this light right in here, y'all. So what's going on? What's going on? We got what up, Maniac? Hold on, y'all. What up, Dom, Maniac, Marion? What's going on? It's been a minute, but we got had a little nice little Michigan win yesterday in basketball. About to go Big Ten championship. You know, that give us something to talk about on Sparty. You know, they in their feelings online. You know, they in their feelings online. You know, they always in their feelings about something, about anything at this point. They in their feelings about anything. You know, so that's good. That's good. But you know, this is the Sunday call-in show. We're gonna see what the topic is. You know, today I kind of want to talk about anything. It ain't gotta be football, it could be NBA. You know, they was talking about LeBron and who was that? LeBron and Kobe, you know, the MJ talk and all that. Take the old hat off. Why? This is exclusive. Take the old hat off, boy. This is exclusive right here. Why would I do that? This is limited edition. Who you know got this? Boy, I'm rocking this one. But yeah, you know, dealing with that. You know, I'm more of an MJ guy, but you know, we can whatever. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. I know you feeling this. This is exclusive. You know, this is an exclusive one. My guy Ive. This is exclusive stuff. What's going on, unapologetic? But yeah, so besides that, you know, we had the Bryce Underwood video. You know, people think he's somewhat arrogant and you know things like that. I saw Garrison the other day on Voice of College Football saying, "Good luck winning the Heisman. You got to throw at least 25 passing touchdowns and all that." You know, but I would have much rather heard him say he wants to win 2 natties and a Heisman. That's what I really would have liked to have heard. You know, but 2 Heismans and a natty. If he was to get that, I mean, you can't complain. But you know, I would have liked to have heard like I want 2 natties. That's what I really care about is getting that natty, bringing that natty home. You know, but he's a young kid and he's trying to prove himself. He's trying to prove himself, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. So, you know, I ain't got a problem with him being confident. The big goal is, are you going to put the work in to win 2 Heismans? And he seems like he will. So ain't nothing really to get on him about. You got other fan base just don't want to like. They don't want to like Bryce just to not like Bryce. I was watching. Who was that? Who's the dude? RJ Young. He's always talking about. Ohio State. Will Tavian Sinclair be better than Bryce Underwood? He's always trying to pit us against each other. I mean, which isn't hard to do, but he's always got the two talking points: Michigan, Ohio State. Really, he's like an Ohio State podcaster now. Like he might as well join Minister Sports or something like that. That's him now. But Bryce is probably going to play this year. St. Clair, he's probably not even going to play this year. If Julian Sands starts this year, he's probably going to start next year too. St. Clair is probably 2 years away. Probably. Yeah, he a groupie. Ohio State done got a lot more groupies this year and this offseason between Spiro and RJ Young, and these dudes done turned into some real Ohio State groupies. It's disgusting to me. But dudes got to do what they want to do. But yeah, link is in the chat. No, nobody want to come up here. I got to talk to myself today. I got to talk to myself. Yeah, and that's what I like. Unapologetic. I like that quiet confidence first. Once you've kind of proved yourself, then I like you to. Then I don't mind the talking so much. But until you kind of prove yourself, I kind of want you to be silent and ready to go. Like, yeah, I ain't talking much, but best believe I'm doing this work. So when it's time to get on that field, I ain't playing no games, But yeah, I don't know. These youngsters, I don't know what to say about these youngsters. They gonna do them. They gonna do them now for regardless. But we got Boxing Maniac. Let me bring up the Maniac.
Yo, what's good? Listen, and I got the trolling colors on. What happened with the Cincinnati hat? What happened? What they gonna tell me, Johnny? They can't be. It's the Maniac. Listen, as far as Bryce Underwood goes, I like the confident. Why? This is the thing about the OSU fan base, right? And this is just facts. This is not trolling. This is not just because I don't like them. I've never seen a fan base always cry about something and complain about something like the OSU fan base. Every fan base does it. I'm not saying it's only them, but they're tier one when it comes to crying and complaining. Look at that dude, Ohio State. Oh, what Bryce Underwood is on the cover of a video game? A grown ass man crying because a kid who's not in high school anymore, by the way. So I don't know why they keep saying in high school. He is now 100% in Michigan. In fact, they start practice Tuesday, spring practice Tuesday. So why are we crying about that? Like, who cares? Didn't y'all just win the Natty? You should say, I don't care if they put the whole Michigan team on the front cover. I won the Natty. But no,
Exactly.
that's not in their DNA, Johnny. They can't do that. They just can't. They have to cry and complain over something. It's just in their nature. I don't know why. Not every single OSU fan. I'm not going to say that. But majority of the fan base is like that. Oh, who is he to tell LeBron James that? What the fuck? LeBron ain't no God. He can't walk on water. He can't turn water into wine. He's a human being. He's just being who he is. That's what. But if KV and St. Clair said that to Tom Brady, OSU fans would be okay with that, though. So
they'll be going crazy.
Absolutely. So this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what it has become. Anything that happens, anything that got Michigan involved, or OSU has something to say about it. I'm just being real, and it's like, yo, bro, like it's crazy. It's just crazy, but that's who they are, man, and it will never end. And I said it. Look, many Buckeye fans in your chat all the time, Johnny, and I would chat at the Maze Man channel. And guess what we do? We welcome them with open arms. Bro, go to a OSU live. You could go in there, but bro, get him out of here. Hit a troll. It's like, yo, bro, calm down. We just said go blue. But and that's what I'm saying. And you know what? I don't know if she's in here right now. Shout to her. Asian Posh, the sweetest fan you will ever have, that you will see in either fan base. Her fan base is going against her because she's cool with the Michigan fan base. You don't see none of our fans threaten you, Johnny, or Maze Man. Oh, y'all cool with Garrison and y'all cool with Mello and get out. Nah, bro, because we're a more welcoming fan base than OSU is. And that's what it is, bro. Les, what's going on, champ? And that shit is whack, bro. And again, this is just college football, Johnny. Now, again, shit, if we could get the bag doing this shit, we ain't gonna say no, right? But at the end of
Facts.
the day, when it comes to their fan base, it's a cringy one. And RJ Young, oh, let me get to RJ Young. So in the 21 season, I was on Twitter, whatever they call it, X, A, B, whatever that shit is called now. The OSU fan base always reported me. I had to keep going back on because it's a sensitive fan base on top of that. RJ Young. Bro, I used to say, yo, are you an OSU fan? Because, like you said, he always was pitting Michigan and OSU. And I remember I told him it was the 22 season when OSU beat Iowa at home. He was like, and remember, we beat Iowa that same season in Iowa. We dominated them, but they scored a touchdown late, made the game look closer than what it was. Oh,
Yeah.
look, look what OSU did compared to Michigan. But then, but then, but then he never brought up what Michigan did to Penn State when Corum and Edwards went ham on them. He didn't say
Yeah, it was.
anything. All he said was when OSU won that Penn State game close in Happy Valley that same season. Oh, look, just look at this team. At any given moment, they could just strike lightning in the battle. And what Michigan did to them was 10 times more, you know, dominating. And that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like, man. Dexter Green, what up? It's annoying. And you're supposed to be non-biased. You're supposed to be impartial when it comes to reporting, and it's not, bro. And it's not. So that shit is whack. So yes, Johnny, I'm glad I'm not the only Michigan fan that saw it or sees it when it comes to RJ Young.
Oh yeah, I be seeing it. You know, I'm gonna talk on him. You know, I got a video roasting him. I got a couple videos roasting him, real good too. But you know, Ohio State they can't accept. They hate the fact that they won all that time and they didn't do much with it. And when they dominated us, and then it switched to what it is now, they just have a hard time dealing with it. And you talk to them, you see them, they always bring up, well, we dominated you from this long to this long in before 2021. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Them days, you remember back in the days? Yeah, them days over. Shout out to Cam. Them days over. Nobody cares what you did in 2017, 18, 19. It's about what you did for me lately. And right now in the rivalry, we're on a 4-game winning streak. Don't just like it, love it.
Yes. And I'm glad you brought that part up, right? Because I seen shout to my brother Mello. we on the chat, me, him, and Madman, and he's always posting something Buckeye Scoop mentioned, and he pre-World War I, pre-World War II, right? They like to count those. That's like Michigan fans saying, well, if the 2000s didn't count, let's look at the rivalry then. But look how stupid that sounds if a Michigan fan was to mention that, because it happened, right? But before the 2000s, let's talk about 2001, because we beat them in 2000. So from 2001 to now, bro, that run they had, it wasn't a rivalry, bro. It wasn't a rivalry. They could say what they want. It's just now. It's now it has become a rivalry. And they've been this new generation of entitlement, they don't know how to take losing now, right? Khalil Mullen said it best. You got to learn how to lose. But they couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. And then you go, right, 4-game win streak. Oh, but 21 out of the last 25. And then we say all-time series and forget about it. It's like, oh, here we go. They get mad. So you can't have it both ways, Buckeye fans. If you're going to bring up 19 and whatever, we're going to bring up the past. And listen, we could do the 90s too, because y'all didn't do shit. And y'all had stacked teams in the 90s. But this is what I'm saying, Johnny. There's nothing an OSU fan could say they could cook Michigan. There's nothing they can say that you can't. Logically, there's nothing. The only thing they could say is that they've been a more consistent program than Michigan. That's a fact. Anything else, they can't say nothing. And that they got more Heisman winners. That's it. Those are the 2 points they could say. After that, they can't all-time wins, natties, Big Ten championships, none of that, bro. It's just they can't. So I don't know what it is that makes them so arrogant, which we know, but they not a humble fan base. That's what I don't like. And 2, they never lost the game, Johnny. Oh my goodness. Georgia, but Harrison, that was dirty. And then, mind you, they still had Julian Fleming, 5-star. They still had Emeka Buka, 5-star. Bro, you still had 2 5-stars he was throwing to. But Marvin Harrison was the reason y'all lost. Okay. And then Michigan, according to them, right? We cheated. Remember, we cheated 3 years. That's the only reason. So I asked them, Johnny, I said, okay, answer me this. Every single game, even this game that happened in November, past November, were all one-possession games at one point in the fourth quarter, from 21, 22, 23. So you're telling me, Johnny, that Michigan said, no, don't cheat right now. Let's not make it obvious. Let's make the game look close, and then we're going to cheat in the fourth quarter. We're going to know they played. Come on, man. Make it make sense, and they can't. Tell them that. And they was winning. Look, in 21, we was up 14-13 at halftime. If we knew all their plays, why the game was even that close at halftime? In 22, they was winning at halftime. But tell them, Johnny, to explain that if we cheated. Like, explain how we was winning at they was winning at halftime. They can't. They can't accept it. This is why I can't respect them as a fan base. And they're the only ones. Go to anybody. I remember Griffin the third, Brady Quinn, Spears, everybody on ESPN. Yo, bro, I don't know what they talking about. Yeah, they could say whatever. Michigan was just better. It's the OSU fan base. Players who play that has no affiliation with Michigan is saying the same thing. Yo, bro, they were just better, man. I played on that field. I know what it is. At that same level, Michigan was the better team, but not all OSU. You know, they say, and according to Buckeye Scoop as well, our wins are getting vacated. So, right, Michigan, be ready. So be ready, guys. We're getting everything vacated. They know. They saw the paperwork. It's coming for us, quote unquote.
Yeah. And now we're dealing with the Buckeye Scoop news source. So these guys, for some Buckeye fans feel like Buckeye Scoop is ESPN, is CBS Sports, is Yahoo, NBC, somebody with credibility. You know, because if you broke this story that Michigan wanted to do this and the NCAA rejected it, don't you think one of those other big time news sources would have picked it up? ESPN, CBS, somebody? Am I the only one that makes sense to?
No, you can't. No, it only makes sense to Ohio State fans. That's it. And remember, he pays for everything. He pays for all his sources. That's all he does. He's not he not no one that's connected. He just throw the bag to get the info. Yo, Johnny, what's going on in your job? Here's 15,000. Oh shit, 15,000. Yeah, my boss. Yeah, he like to play on his Nintendo Switch on his break. Okay, now he goes report that. You know what I'm saying? They not official. This is why I don't respect it. Again, that's his hustle. So be it. I don't knock the hustle, but don't come here like you a reliable source because you paying for shit. Like that's not reporting. That's just paying for info. Anyone could do that if they willing to throw the bag. Shit, I'm not doing that. I don't care. Like I said, look, I love Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan. If that happens to Michigan, I'm going to be right here, 10 toes down. I don't care. I'm a Michigan fan. It's not going to change my life. I'm going to still be a great father to my kids. I'm going to still be working. Nothing is going to change. Nothing is, if Michigan, if the wins get vacated, nothing changes in my life. Nothing. So it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to be happy about it, but it is what it is. But Ohio State fans, no, this is life to them. The hate they have for Michigan is way more personal than we do have for them. And you see it in the chats all the time. We're more welcoming. They not, bro. It's crazy, man. I mean, Dom, shout to Dom. He says it all the time, bro. He's lived over there. He could tell you how nasty and disgusting that fan base is. Again, not every single OSU fan. I'm not saying all of you guys, but majority of your fan base is a disgusting, cringy, weirdo type, take no responsibility. And on top of that, y'all live in the glassiest house of all the glasses. Jim Tressel, scumbag. Because y'all like to talk about Jim Harbaugh. Hold on, let me get in my bag. Hold on. Jim Tressel, let's start with Jim Tressel. Mr. Choir Boy, Mr. whatever, V-neck vest sweater boy. He was a cheater. Before the it was just memorabilia and tattoos. No, you dummies. You know what it was? He knowingly played ineligible players. 4 of your top players, Davion Posey, Terrell Pryor, Boom Herron, and an all Big Ten lineman. The 5th player was a bench player. 4 of those players were key contributors to that team that only lost 1 game that season. He knew they weren't supposed to play. That's cheating, stupid. If you know they're not supposed to play, that's cheating, you dummy. That's like Andy Reid playing Mahomes in the Super Bowl, knowing he's not supposed to play him, and then it comes out. It's cheating. So they could say what they want. He's a scumbag. He's a snake. Oh, now let's get to Urban Meyer. He ran the #1 criminal enterprise at Florida. Oh, they should come out with a series on what happened over there. And then you think he didn't bring that to Ohio State? Yeah, okay. Sure. Oh, my heart condition. I'm gonna resign because I have a medical condition. Yeah, you did it in Florida and you did it at OSU. He knew that Zach Smith was slapping his wife around and try to cover up, right? Did Buckeye Scoop break those news though? Did he break those news, Johnny? About Urban Meyer? Did he break those news? Since he's such a reliable source and y'all Michigan fans is just mad at him because he know what's coming. Did he break that news as well? Yeah, exactly.
All they do is talk Michigan.
Thank you.
Breaking massive Michigan cheating scandal. That's always they title. But what you got, Dom? I've Manziel. I was about to bring you up, bro, when you dropped off. The link back in there. He wanted to come back at Maniac, but what you got, Dom?
Gentlemen, how are you? Thanks for having me. Hey, Johnny, am I part of the exclusive club as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yo, bro,
I
you're
gotta
leaving me
quit
out,
wearing
man.
it now. If
I
that's
feel
gonna be your
so left out.
if that's gonna be your calling card now, I'll give my respect and I'll quit wearing it. I'll wear something more current. Uh, Thanks for having me. But the talk about Ohio State fans, how could I resist? I mean, how can I resist? And I agree with everything that Maniac said. And the one point they'd like to talk about this streak they had against us, and we could go on about, well, Rodriguez and Hoke, and we didn't have the talent and all of that stuff. But the reality of it is, when you look at the matchup itself, Ohio State, the last time they beat a Michigan team that was ranked higher than them was 1994. And the last time beyond that was 1982. In addition to the 20 games or whatever it is they won in a row, we're still leading the rivalry with 62 to
51 by 11 games. 11
yeah.
games.
And we gave them 20 games, and then we could take the Garrison angle there where we kind of get scissors and take out pieces of history because it's not part of the modern era. Is that what he calls it? The modern era or what have you?
Yeah.
But, I lived in the town, and the problem with Columbus, I lived there for 20 years, is it is a transient town. It's a growing town. You have a lot of major companies like Nationwide, Cardinal Health there. There's big Express limited brands. There's a lot of headquarters there. There's a lot of transient between people coming in, mid-level leadership on to the next town. But in terms of being in the national spotlight, they have soccer, nobody cares about it, and they have hockey. And I couldn't even tell you when the Stanley Cup's on television. Nobody cares.
No.
So the whole town, in order to get this national recognition that they crave so deeply, is hitched to Ohio State football. And their mental health is tied to the wins and losses of 18 to 21-year-old kids. And we could go on all day, but the immaturity is crazy. And last thing I'll touch upon is Maniac, the hypocrisy. You're so correct. The flag posting this year that was a big to-do. Well, let's go back to 1973 when in the big house they tore down the Go Blue banner. Oh, we forgot about that. We forgot about that. Then let's go back to 1977 when Woody Hayes, after Ohio State made a mistake and cost them the Michigan game, proceeded to punch a cameraman in the stomach. And then let's go to 1978, in my opinion, the pinnacle of disgrace in college football. Woody Hayes hitting a Clemson linebacker after he intercepted the ball on national television. The cherry on the cake, they got a statue of that hypocritical psychopath in front of their football facility. And all of this national attention, and it comes from one person, Kurt Herbstreit, and a number of people who have ties to Ohio State or are just Ohio State fanboys in the national media, is off the charts. And that's why it's Ohio. But those are some facts right there that if you bring it up, they don't want to talk about it. They want to talk about the 20 game streak or whatever it was. But thank you guys.
No, thank you, Don.
What you got to say, Ive? You still there? You there?
So first thing first, don't disrespect Trussell, man. Don't disrespect our guy like that, dog. That's number one.
He's a worm. He's a worm, just like Urban Meyer. But go ahead.
Nah, how though?
Bro, I just told you why.
Nah.
So, bro, listen, it's nothing. The proof is there. They saw the emails. He lied. He knowingly played ineligible players. So he was cheating. If he was Mr. Honorable, no, hold on, because you said how. I'm telling you how, right? If he was this guy, he's integrity, Mr. Tressel, Mr. Vest, he's the guy. He would have said, no, these guys are getting suspended. I'm not going to put my integrity or the university at stake like this. And he did it. And the proof was there. This is why you got a whole season vacated, homie. So I don't know what you're gonna say that's gonna come back, but go ahead.
Okay. But okay, so if Tressel did that, so what would you say Harbaugh did then? What about your
There's no proof on nothing Harbaugh. Jay, Harbaugh hasn't been proven to do anything yet. Why? What? The hamburger thing? That's it. That's it.
You know he did that though. You know he did that though, right?
No. He probably did. Listen, because at the end of the day, I'm a realist, Playboy.
I know
Maybe,
that.
but what? How we work in this country? Proof, facts or no facts, right? We got to see proof. I could say, yo, Johnny, I think Johnny smashed Shorty, but if I don't got proof, I can know. Everything here is about proof. Right now, there's no proof that Harbaugh knew anything. I'm just telling you. Let's see though. It might if it comes out.
If it is proof, what you gonna say about him then? If
then we gonna cook him. He get cooked. Ain't no different. Ain't no different. Ain't no different.
I just want you to stand on that though.
I always.
And I know you is though. But the rest of your fan base, if he is like guilty of all this stuff, what y'all gonna say?
Hey, Ive, it's not who's guilty. The point here, I believe that Maniac and myself tried to make, is you guys are throwing rocks from glass houses. That's all it is. You guys are pointing the finger at us. If they cheated, what have you? Okay, fine. We'll pay our penalty and we'll move forward. No, but Ohio State, don't
how disgusting your coach is, how disgusting the program is y'all gonna say all this stuff that y'all say about us?
But
about
don't
we did it with tattoos stuff. Tattoos.
No, but
stand there.
And let's not talk about Maurice Claret saying y'all paid him. Let's keep it a stack. Yeah, they should pay that 2002 national championship. But we not here saying that. Listen, this is what I'm going to tell you, champ.
Yes, sir.
It's a dirty game, right? I said it here. I'm not saying Michigan is clean and we walk the tight. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. It don't. But what I'm saying is, if it comes out that Jim Harbaugh knew about this, I'm going to cook him. But it still doesn't take from him being a great coach. Same thing with Tressel. It doesn't take from Tressel being a great coach. I never say he wasn't. I never say, he's a hard. No, he's still a great coach, but what he did was wrong. And if Harbaugh comes out to know that he knew everything about it, then I'm going to come here and I'm going to cook him accordingly. That's it. I'm going to still know that he's still a great coach, but he got to get cooked for his crimes.
So Tressel let the tattoos. It was tattoos, and I think it was just tattoos or whatever the case may be, and the gear and stuff like that. Versus getting Connor Stallions, like a dude that was weird as fuck, like doing all that extra stuff. You comparing those two? No.
I'm not comparing that. You see, this is the thing with OSU fans. Y'all keep overlooking the part. The tattoos and the memorabilia, that's Mickey Mouse shit. I agree, even as a Michigan fan. But what your coach did, he was supposed to suspend those players. He didn't, and he knew about it. He said he didn't know about it, and he still played them. So what I'm telling you, that season, they weren't supposed to be playing, but he still did. Hence, why your season got vacated. OSU fans got to stop thinking it was just memorabilia. No, it wasn't that. It was your coach played players that weren't supposed to play. So this is what happened. That's cheating, bro. That's cheating. However you want to see it, it's two different ways. Now, as far as the Connor Stallions thing, this is what I would say. It's wrong. If he did it, but if you think, right, if you think that's the reason we beat y'all those 3 seasons, then I don't know what to tell you, champ.
I don't believe that. I don't think that was the reason why y'all beat us. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, well, y'all cheated. That's what. No, I'm not. Y'all beat us fair and square on the field wise. Now the signs, I could have played a factor of it, but it was on the field. Y'all beat us 4 years. I'll give y'all that one. I'm gonna give y'all that. Facts.
So you admit we the best.
And And I appreciate that. I appreciate that you kept it real. The same thing. I know we had Rich Rod them Hulk years. Listen, it's not y'all fault. I agree. That's not Ohio State's fault. We fell into a hole like that. Y'all got to play the game no matter what. So, again, this is what I'm going to say regarding this rivalry. My point, I'm not saying you, Ive, because I really don't know. But majority of your fan base do not take ownership. A lot of them are saying, and like you said, you made it clear you're not one of them. And again, salute to you for that. But to say that Connor Stallions is the reason Michigan had this success, right? And even how, a coincidence that, how ironic, excuse me, that the year we get caught in the middle of the season, October, Michigan wins the Natty that year. When now they looking under a microscope. We can't sneeze without people saying what they doing, what they doing. And they still went on to win the Natty. And if we cheated so bad, again, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the fans, the OSU fans is saying that's the reason we were good. We would have beaten Georgia, right? Why we didn't beat Georgia in 21? They were just fucking better than us, bro. We played that Georgia team 10 times. They cooking us 10 times. They were just that much better than us. Now, the TCU game, that's just one of those games where if we played them 10 times, we beat them 9 times. That was the one game, but we fucked up. We choked. We choked that game, and that's that. As a Michigan fan, I accept that. And that's what it was. That shit had nothing to do with Connor Stallions, because apparently, we didn't have their signs. Michigan still scored 45 points on them, and they were all offensive points.
Yeah.
You know
So
what, guys? They could talk about the national championship. It really doesn't matter anymore. It's a new college playoff system and so forth. But let's get to the truth. 13-10, it just stops everything. That win by Michigan was probably one of the most essential and important wins over Ohio State in the rivalry historically ever, because they're just struggling. And I would be the same way if Michigan won the title and lost to Ohio State. Yeah, I'd be happy, but that would stick in my craw, and it's really sticking in the OSU craw. And all of this, back and forth, who did what when, that's the point here. Both programs are guilty of infractions historically. So for one to stand up and say, "Oh well, we didn't do any of this stuff," it's like, well, yes, you did. You just got to go and look historically at the rivalry and the history. And it's just, don't be throwing rocks from glass houses. So anyway, Johnny, I appreciate the time. I'm going to sit back and watch the pot simmer, sir.
All right.
Appreciate you,
question.
Take
dog.
care,
All
guys.
right, Dom.
I'm
All
about to
right,
get out
Dom. Dom.
for y'all though.
Mama.
So what do y'all want to happen? Like all this stuff. Like what's gonna happen to y'all? What y'all feel like should happen to y'all?
What you
Go
mean?
ahead, Marmar or boxing.
Okay. What up, Manic? I ain't seen you no time, no see, brother.
Man,
Well,
you got my channels. You got all that money and you left the poor, man. You don't show love to the poor.
No, I've just been taking care of business around the house. So I got you, bro. I'm gonna tune in to the boxing, man. We got a couple good fights coming up. You feel me? Uh, but I got you, man. But here's my thing on it. So everybody to think all these lawyers on these social medias and got their fake lawyer degrees and they know all this stuff that's gonna come to Michigan way. But I'm gonna break something down to you. When the NCAA do not want it to go in front of the committee or court, because if you pay attention to how stuff is set up in these things, is that how Congress do a committee meeting. You got the people sitting down, and then you got the people sitting up. Then the people that's sitting up is going to grill and drill the NCAA on these bylaws that they are accusing Michigan of breaking. And if they can't really fully, you know, contest to, oh well, they really broke the law or the bylaw, it's a wrap for the NCAA. That's why Michigan fighting it because they like, yo, everybody doing it, everybody doing it,
bro. Ain't
and
nobody
the thing that
that, bro. Ain't
everybody doing it, bro.
no,
Everybody doing it. If you're a realist, everybody doing it. I ain't trying to hit a cat.
So
Everybody doing it.
what I would
Everybody
say,
doing it.
yeah, to a certain degree, yes. So to answer your question, right? Why? And it's a good question. Actually, I like that question. As a Michigan fan, why would I accept as a punishment to all of this that has transpired? Now, one, of course, I don't know the facts. I'm not one of those that I'm in deep into
Facts.
this. I'm more talking about like Johnny. I like talking about the football aspect, breaking games down. But this is something that's going on, so it needs to be spoken about. I would say this, man, and Dom mentioned it before he got off, man. If they felt, oh, those 3 years, this year solidified 13-10, bro. This was a bad Michigan team, and they still beat
Yes.
a team that won the national championship as a 3-touchdown underdog on the road. And one of the most hostile environments in all in college football is the shoe, right? That's not an easy place to win at.
You'll
I would
never
say,
win in the shoe.
I would say this. Personally, vacate wins for what? I don't think vacating wins is something that should happen to Michigan. That's me. Now, of course, you got to get a fine, right? You're going to take some scholarships away. And perhaps being that Sharon Moore's still on this team and he was part of the team as a coach, then he get a suspension, right? He
Manning.
could be suspended.
That's
No, I'm just saying. Hold on,
no,
Mom.
I'm
I got
saying.
you.
Oh, okay.
So that's just me personally. I think every trying to strip Michigan of their national championship and 3 seasons, that's being too much, bro.
hey,
And
Maniac, real quick.
yeah,
But we got our season vacated, our wins vacated off of tattoos and the other stuff.
yeah, but
But this ain't
Remember,
that.
hold
This
on,
ain't
again,
this ain't
the
that
reason,
though.
no, the reason you got your season vacated was because, again, he played players that weren't supposed to be playing due to that, right? If
Yes.
Jim Presser would have kept his guns and just suspended them players, knowing that he did that and just suspended them, y'all would have never got the season vacated. But
So
being that he knew and played them, Michigan didn't play ineligible players. All these
right, but
players
I knew
were
that
eligible.
everybody going out to different games, like recording everything. Even had dude on the sideline of your rival team.
That's not him. They don't got proof of that. They
Oh
ain't even came
no!
out with the proof of that, man. Ain't no come on.
Oh my God! Even
Just
the the
like just
boys
like
did
it, like
credit with him.
Maniac said, you're not guilty until they got proof of it. You feel me? Like
Um,
that's not Central Michigan still don't know who it is. Central Michigan still don't know.
the dude friend got fired from
I
his
just
job.
told you what it was, man. You don't read up on it, man. They don't know who it was.
So
I'm just
no
telling you.
odds.
You keep trying to argue about it, and I'm telling you, Central Michigan come out and like they don't know if it was kind of failure.
They
They
fired.
don't know.
They
They
fired.
don't know.
They
All right,
fired.
but hold on.
You don't know.
Hold on. Let's just say that was Connor Stallings, right? On the sidelines. Let's just say, all right, that was him. They were playing Michigan State. So whatever that he did, right? He didn't have no camcorder in his hand. He had no phone. He just on the
Glasses. They had
sidelines. Right.
cameras in
Now
it.
hold on. So you telling me by him standing and I'm just speaking this
What
on
up, though,
neutral.
Jeremy?
Do you think him standing on that sideline was the difference in Michigan beating Michigan State that year? I'm just asking you that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he had. I mean, I
Oh
don't know.
man,
I don't
bro.
know.
All
Hey,
right.
I don't
you got to
know.
stop
So
rolling up
so
every
a
day, bro.
team we beat
Hey,
40
Reed.
zip,
Hey, Reed, you
49
got to
zip
stop
and
rolling
you.
up every day.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So if he knew that y'all was gonna blow them out anyway, why would he cheat then? Why would he do that?
He wasn't
Why would
even on the
he do that?
sideline when Michigan blew Michigan State off the field.
Yeah,
He wasn't even there.
he wasn't there. Because
But
in
why
fact,
was he recording the Michigan State? If y'all knew y'all was gonna whoop their butt anyway, why was he recording them anyway?
But recording, but where was what device he used?
He was using glasses. The
Hey,
glasses had a camera.
again, we don't know if that was Central Michigan come out and said we don't know because they already questioned the staffer that had
Okay.
a relationship with Connor, and they
Okay.
haven't came out and said, dude ain't even came out and said that was Connor.
Bro, on Netflix, legit saying, yeah, that was Connor Stallions. He even told
Netflix, he said it wasn't me. He never answered the
He
question.
never
No,
answered. He just smiled.
oh my
Portnoy said it might have been him. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if
I am.
so I'm just saying though, so him just standing there, whatever he recorded, and remember that Michigan game was the first game Michigan played without Connor Stallions. The whole world knew, right? They were even using signals. They had to huddle. Michigan won 49-0. Come on,
Got
bro.
trapped.
Let's
but
keep
if it's
it.
like that, then why did he have to record him? Why did he have to
But
put on
why? But
live
why?
to record?
Listen,
Everybody
Why was he wearing
records.
a disguise?
It's a world of recording today. It's
but
2025. Everybody's being recorded.
all right.
The
So
government,
let me ask
hold
you
on,
this.
hold
Ray
on.
Ban
The
glasses and
government
why
records us all day, every day. Come on, bro. That's sign stealing. That's life stealing. Come on, bro.
okay. So my dude had a Halloween costume on to record Michigan State.
He was sending his family members to a game, bro. You can't zoom in on everybody in the stadium and be like, oh, that's Conor Failure and
Bro,
Auntie. You know
bro,
what I'm saying? Stop playing.
in the report, the one dude was said like, "Yo, I'm not doing that. I don't want to go to Georgia and record their stuff." And the coach said, "Yeah, you don't got to do that. Quit telling your dudes to do my stuff. Do your stuff. Do your camera recording stuff."
Well, that was a disgruntled staff member because he's about to get fired. Jeez,
Or you
get up
got it.
out of here.
Y'all got it. All right.
Yeah, we do. We
Can I
got
ask you a question?
we got it in the overall record and that historic win back in November. We got it. We definitely do.
Yep.
Hey, Oz, can I ask you a question right quick?
Yes,
Oh
sir.
Hey, listen,
boy.
Oz.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey, Johnny, I'm gonna be. Hey, Johnny, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna be cool. I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
be
Let me
cool.
Go
play.
So,
ahead.
Let me play your intro. Let
I
me
ain't
play
gonna
your
so
intro.
And I ask myself every day, would I do a life sentence about my respect if somebody disrespected me? Without question.
Facts. I'm
man, you
on
stupid,
that.
man.
That's your
Y'all
intro,
stupid.
bro.
Johnny. Hey, so let me ask you this: how come is it? And this is a question for you. That
Okay.
out of all the teams Michigan beat,
Yeah.
only three of them really complained about the sign stealing. Because we didn't hear Iowa, Alabama, we didn't hear
I'm not complaining
Washington.
about the sign stealing though. I'm not.
No,
I mean, I
I'm talking about your fan base. I'm talking about how
yeah.
come like Minnesota's coach said Michigan was like a boa constrictor. He said they just squeeze and squeeze, they squeeze the life out of it. The team, like even James Franklin didn't say anything publicly anyway. How come the only two fan bases that complained about Michigan kind of studies were M State and O State?
I mean, Michigan State have proof that y'all did it. Ohio State have
No,
proof that.
but no, because Connor Science also said he gave Old State guys tape on. You forgot about this in that Netflix special. He said he gave Old State guys tape on Michigan State too because y'all beat them boys. It was 49-0 at halftime. He said that. Why you want to overlook that part?
Believe that though. I don't believe that.
But, so you believe everything about Michigan, but Connor Stallion saying out his mouth
I don't believe that
something you
Connor
don't
Stallion
believe it.
will help out Ohio State. I don't believe that he will help out Ohio State. I don't.
So,
I
so
don't.
once again, you believe when it comes to Michigan, Connor Stallion cheated, but out of Connor
I,
Stallion's mouth,
I
he
seen him
said,
on the
"I
sideline.
gave
I saw him
Ohio
on the
State
sideline.
staffers a film about Michigan State, and they beat Michigan. They were up. I'm not saying they wouldn't have beaten M State,
They
but
would have
they
beat.
were up 49-0 at halftime. At
They would,
halftime, bro.
but why was he still on the sideline? That's the thing. You're not answering the question.
No,
Why was he on
that's
the
not what. No,
sideline?
he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He said he gave. He didn't say he was on the sideline. He said he gave Old State staffers film on the Spartans. He never said
4K.
he was on the sideline.
Connor Stallion in 4K in a Halloween costume on the sideline of Central Michigan. We seen that.
That's still
That's not my narrative. I'm not talking about that. I'm asking you a question about. Let me steer back to the question. Why is it that you said nothing about Connor Stallions out of his mouth saying, I gave O State staffers film on Michigan State, and they were up 49-0 in halftime. Answer
Also,
that question.
sideline. I don't believe that he did that. Why would he help out Ohio State? Why would he help out Ohio State? So you think he'll be cool with, hey, coach, I told Ohio State how to beat Michigan State. I hope
That's not
Ohio
my
State.
question. That's not my
I'm
question.
asking you that. Why would
No, no,
he
no.
do
You
that?
answer my question. No. But say
I'm
Connor.
telling you, I
But
don't believe that he did that. That's my answer to your question.
okay. So we don't believe that he cheated. Then, if that's the case, because you got to remember he was gone for 6 games. Michigan, Alabama fans didn't say what you're saying. Iowa fans didn't say that. Washington fans didn't say that. It's
I
just
mean,
Ohio fans, and even he was gone during the Ohio State game. How do you cheat when he's not even
I'm not
there?
saying that y'all cheated with the signs. I was when I first got on here, I said no matter what y'all beat us, the signs without the signs. But it still happened though. Y'all still
He
was
did.
stealing signs.
He
He
did
still
say
Well,
that,
stealing
Steve.
fouls.
He did say
okay,
that.
so right,
He
no,
did
no
say.
doubt. So
So he did say
okay,
he felt Michigan was just better. So I give him that.
right. Oh, all right. So all right. My next question. And this is not necessarily. I wish Jordan Baker was here because I heard him on TJ Ronan the other day, and it's weird people talk about Bryce Underwood because he's a freshman.
Yeah.
Now, but let me touch on something you said a minute ago. You said how did they know? How did they know certain signs? Ohio. What are the Buckeyes known for more than anything on offense? What are they
I
known for?
didn't say that part. I don't know
Yes,
nothing.
you did. What are they known for? What are the Buckeyes known for right now? They're known for passing, right? It's not a surprise when the Buckeyes get in the 8 yard line and pass the ball. So last year y'all said, or the year before, all y'all said was throw it to Marvin. Last year y'all said just throw it to Jeremiah. If Michigan watches film, they know y'all throw it a lot. It's not a surprise when they line up and just throw the ball all day because even in the Michigan game this year, y'all were screaming just throw it to Jeremiah. Y'all kept saying that. If you have a great defensive coordinator, he knows O State's going to throw 75% of the time. Nobody needs to steal signs for that. It's common sense. You all can't run. Not like you throw. That's common sense, right?
He ran pretty good this year, but
Okay,
yeah.
they
Not
ran
against
okay.
us.
They didn't not in that Michigan game. They didn't because
No,
Khalil Mullins ran all over 'em.
what did I
3
got to
yards to carry.
off though? But you got it.
3 yards. Thank you, Johnny. 3 yards. They ran good in the playoffs against those teams that ain't Michigan. But I'm saying, if I'm trying to figure out, this is my question to your whole fan base. You're a representative of them right now, so I'm asking you because
Yeah.
maybe you said some stuff in private that you won't say publicly. So I'm not going to accuse you of nothing. If say Connor Stallions did record them, you know there's film, right? You know they're on national TV, so they can change their signs all day. If Michigan has a defensive coordinator who's been in the NFL and they have a Jim Harbaugh led type of offensive team who's an NFL head coach who can literally call and help the coaches anytime he wants to. How is it out of the realm of possibility that NFL minds can look at signs and say, you know what, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that
You
without
right.
knowing the sign?
That's a fair statement. You right. But it still don't eliminate the fact that he was going around recording people's signs illegally. That's the
My
biggest.
man, you can watch the
You
games on
right.
TV and see the
You
signs.
right. He wasn't doing it on TV though. He was going to the actual games. That's the
Okay,
that's the
40% of
problem.
those teams that Michigan
I
didn't
don't think
play.
NCAA has an issue with people stealing signs the legal way. I don't think they have an issue with that. The problem is he was doing it illegally. That's the biggest.
What's the legal way of stealing signs then, as opposed to illegal? What's legal?
You legit on the sideline of the team when you playing, you stealing the signs like that versus you going to an actual game behind their fucking bench stealing
Hmm.
signs.
So Buckeyes never did that because they got accused of it, and
I mean,
it was proven that they did it.
I don't see no lawsuits or no nothing.
Just because you don't see lawsuits don't mean it didn't happen.
I mean, y'all got caught doing it.
Oh, okay, so
I,
basically, your
I,
premise is it's legal to do it when you're on the field, but illegal to do it when you're not. So if they use the
don't make
same signs, say Connor Stallions didn't go to any game. If they use the exact same signs, he said, well, they're gonna do this because he's been doing this since 2004, 2005. You telling me that's legal? As opposed to it's the same thing. It's literally the same sign.
obviously it's not.
Obviously, it is because the NCAA won't even tell them how they got the information.
because you got all this stuff going on. Obviously, it's not, bro. I
The
don't rate
NCAA got stuff going on now. They want Michigan because you know why they want Michigan? Because Jim Harbaugh was talking about revenue sharing. That's the only reason they keep going after Michigan. They gave him a show cause. If Jim Harbaugh hadn't went to the Chargers, he never would have gotten a show cause. In your
but,
heart of hearts, you know the only reason they gave him a show cause and did that is because they don't like Jim Harbaugh for talking about revenue sharing. That's it.
okay,
Everything Jim Harbaugh talked about his last year, they do it now. They put mics in helmets. They do all this stuff that they said they weren't going to do. They dislike Jim Harbaugh because he didn't conform to the system, and you know it, and your whole fan base knows it. What are you talking about?
my biggest thing with him, what I think is the problem, what's going
I
on
didn't
with
ask
him,
you what you
is
thought. I'm telling you what reality is. Forget your thought.
he wasn't answering none of their questions. That's the biggest thing.
He don't have to. They want this man's email and bank account information. If your boss came to you and said, "Give me your bank information," are you gonna give it to him? Give me a simple yes or no.
Nah, hell no.
Okay, if your boss came to you and said, "Give me your personal email address," are you gonna give it to him? Give me a yes or no.
Nah.
All right, then. I'm out, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, y'all have a good day, man. I'm getting back to my workout. Peace.
All right, Steve.
All right, Steve.
Yo,
Steve came on here trying to cook and dip out like that.
yo,
Hey,
Steve gonna be
hey,
the lawyer.
sauteed him.
He gonna be the lawyer for Michigan. Look, the bottom line is this, right? For all the OSU fans again, you gotta be you have to ask yourself. All right, let me look at this Michigan teams closely. In which game it just didn't look right. They just knew too much. And there's not one game you're gonna say that. Because it was nothing the kind of Stallions did that made Michigan better. And just like Steve mentioned, bro, is that the only way to get film from a team? You could literally do the all 22 and see that. And now we're in the era where every single person on earth, even if you got an Obama phone, you could fucking record. You could record. So now if me, hold on. What would have been the difference if me, just a fan of Michigan, would have recorded OSU's any team sidelines and just threw it on YouTube? And Michigan would have used that, or any team would have used that, and they would have been like, "Are they cheated as well?" So these are the things in court that got to play a factor. Is that the only way you can get film is by cheating? No, they're gonna say there's like 1,000 ways to get film. So we got to look at it like this: was a rule broken? It's still a very, it's still a dark, it's a gray area. There's a very gray area. Maybe he did. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he did it. There might be a gray area, but we're being accused. Michigan is being accused of the reason they won the games that they won was because they cheated, right? And that word is being used too loosely. Oh, they cheated. That's why they were good. No, Michigan won because they stuck to they did what they were. And let me ask you another thing, right? I don't know if you was one of those. Your fan base used to call J.J. McCarthy what? A handoff merchant. Oh, he's a handoff merchant. That's all he does. So that means everybody knew Michigan plays. You knew we was going to run the ball. Right. So how is it that 70% of the time Michigan is going to run the ball, but you can't stop it? So you're saying we knew your defensive plays as well? Like, it's stupid. A lot of this shit is fucking stupid when you really look at it. When you really look at it, it just makes no sense, bro. Yes, he might have been guilty of something, he probably pushed the borders a little bit too much. But to definitively say, yo, you know what? That's the only reason. You act like we was Purdue. You act like we was Rutgers. You act like we was these lower teams, and all of a sudden had a 3-year run that was just crazy. Look at all the players Michigan has drafted in them 3 years, bro. Like, these are the facts.
But listen, though, everything you saying is right. Y'all got y'all right. Y'all right. Y'all was a good team. That was the best. Like I said, Mason Graham, generational. He was a dog, bro. JJ, dog. Corum, Blake Edwards, dogs. Y'all had a great team. Y'all didn't have to do none of this stuff, but it's messed up that y'all got caught doing it.
So, right.
It's messed up y'all got caught doing it.
All right. So now you say again, good. All right. You're right. You make it now. This is where it catches me. You say you didn't have to do it.
Didn't have to
What
do
was it that, hold on, what was it that Michigan did exactly, right? So we saying Michigan knew every single play of every single team, which is impossible to do. There's no way you can know every single play of a team, right? Because one, first of all, you gotta, right? You do a pre-snap, right? You look at what the defense is doing. Then you look at the sidelines. Your coaches give you the signs. Yo, oh, up. We're gonna slant. They're gonna blitz. All right. So that's like 6 seconds left. Then he relates that. So you telling me Connor Stallions in 6 seconds gotta say, yo, they running IQ slant, bro, and everybody on the team has to know. Nah, bro, it just doesn't make sense.
But Maniac, but listen, everything you're saying is right, bro. But it just looked bad. Like the one play,
it does.
played us. The one play I played us. I think Ryan Day called a play. The coach is looking at the Stallions. Stallions do something. The whole team is like gesturing, like it's a screen. It's a screen. It's something. So I don't forgot the play, but the whole team knew. Next thing you know, the team was that. The play was that. Like that's a bad look, bro. Y'all had a good team. Y'all had a national type of team, national championship type of team. I'm not denying that, but the rules is rules. Y'all messed up. The NCAA want y'all head.
Yeah, no, I get it, and you're right. No, in that part, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is, all right. So let's even say that, right? I got you, Mama. I'm gonna put one more in the oven, and then I'm good. We got.
I'm over here weak today.
That year, the year we won.
I'm standing in the paint though.
No, you good? No, listen. I respect your
I respect you. No,
I respect
you just misinformed. It's all right.
You've been getting dunked on this whole session. I respect you, and you in the paint. I give you that. And you see, look. And this is why Michigan fans, and I mentioned it before anybody got on, because I was here with Johnny first. We are welcoming fan base, bro. You see how we not making personal attacks at you. We not calling you this. We talking football, right? You can't do this in the OSU podcast. They would have called me.
Irv Reed is a good dude, bro. Irv Reed is a good dude. That's my guy.
No, he is. I like him. He's a good dude. So look,
that's a good
my
dude.
last point. So Michigan, right, in the 2023 season, about 6 games in, it came out that Connor Stallions was doing whatever he was doing, right? So we had Michigan State, we had Purdue, we had Penn State, we had Maryland, Ohio State, Iowa, Alabama, and Washington. 8 games. 8 games where everybody knew what was happening. Bro, Michigan. So we needed the cheat to be Bowling Green. We needed a cheat to be East Carolina. But I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about the consensus. And the toughest part of our schedule, no Connor Stallions, and we get it done. And on top of that, Petiti bitch ass, he suspends Jim Harbaugh while he's on the plane when he could have just done it before they took off to Pennsylvania. So they on the tarmac. It's about maybe 10 hours to kick off, and now they having a meeting like, yo, Sharon is here. He passed the baton to Sharon. That was dirty. What they did to Harbaugh. Now people are gonna say, who gives a fuck? Because of what y'all did, y'all deserved it. Okay, well, all the adversity that Michigan faced, they still got it done. I get it what you're gonna say. You're still gonna say, yo, but y'all did something wrong. Even if that was the case, when everybody was looking at us, when the schedule got its toughest, we did it without the guy they said we needed to win. That should be case closed for me. If I'm a judge and I'm looking at it, and it has nothing to do with Michigan. Now, those other games, we got to see what happens. But from there on, you can't take that natty from Michigan. You want to take regular season wins, so be it. Not that I say I want that to happen. You cannot take that natty away, bro, because everybody knew what was going on when that happened. And it was 8 games that Michigan cooked, and we closed everybody's coffin. So, bro.
Something's going to happen, though. No matter what.
Something is going to happen.
At the end of the day,
I'm
y'all still
sorry, man.
y'all still
Maniac. Okay, I don't agree with you on that one. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know what though, Marmar. I'm saying Michigan is gonna get because we're not gonna
Because
get off
well,
God.
hold on, Maniac. I just found something out a couple days ago. What they're really fighting is them
The
trying
bowl
to
ban.
suspend. They're trying to suspend more. They don't want. They like, nah, bruh. It wasn't nothing there for him in his phone. Period.
So,
Because it's a Michigan phone. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? It's a Michigan phone. They can
so I'm
recover
hearing
all that.
this is what I'm hearing. Again, I don't know because it's Buckeye scoop.
I'm saying, I heard it from a Michigan source a couple of days ago
Okay. Because they
that
say
they just fighting against the suspension. That's it.
Michigan proposed. They just said Michigan proposed. I don't know how true this is. Um, a settlement, some kind of settlement to NCAA. They say, yo, we'll take the 1 year bowl ban with a suspension. And according to the source, which is Buckeye Scoop, they said the NCAA said, nope, we're not taking that. So word is they trying to hit Michigan crazy. I know they are rag. I agree, Aaron, but I'm just saying, this is what they talking about. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I would
I
just do a
don't.
postseason. If I'm y'all, I would do a
No,
postseason ban. Fuck you. Like I'm just a postseason ban. Forget it.
okay. So we do the postseason ban, right?
I would.
If we good. No, if we do the postseason ban, say they give us a postseason ban.
Yep.
That means for the bowl game. That don't mean for the playoff.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah,
right,
that's a
it
good
means
point.
So
That's a good point
so
though.
if the Michigan if Michigan go 8-5 again, okay, bowl ban. But if
That should
they go 11-1, they in
happen.
that playoff.
That should
yeah,
have took.
because
When they in that playoff, we coming for everybody. You
yeah,
understand?
and they not and Marmar. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this respectfully, and I'm talking about the nation. I'm not only talking about the OSU fan base.
Yeah.
America, America, college football America, you better hope that this ends bad for Michigan. Because if it doesn't, you're about to see a dynasty, bro. And I'm keeping it a stack. It's about to get Halloween. It's about to get Halloween for the whole country for years to come when it comes to Michigan. I'm telling you, unless something happens where now players are start transferring out, players start decommitting because the punishment they handed was too harsh.
They.
Again,
I mean, they should have like mentioned something to y'all though. Like yeah, the consequence might be this or something like that. Like
and
give
this
you.
is why, look, and this is another thing that me, right? I'm just thinking, to me, I'm assuming it can't be serious. Why would we
I don't think
do
so
what
either.
we did to get Bryce Underwood,
Yep.
knowing that there's a possibility that this shit could fall apart? To me, that would be stupid. I'm like,
Yep.
yo, because to waste all that money for him and
Yep.
have him on campus maybe a year, and then if again, I'm just saying if a punishment where they say, yo, y'all can't play in the playoffs for 2 seasons, or we vacate, they gonna leave. Ain't no elite player gonna want to play for a school that they can't compete for natty. So
Nope.
we'll see what
I don't.
happens.
I don't think like
All right.
gonna get hit with something crazy. I think I might get like a postseason ban though. I don't think y'all gonna get hit with like the vacation, like vacated wins. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen for real. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
All right.
see, man. Look, at the end of the day, it's all speculation. We don't really know what's going to happen. It's been a lot of back and forth. According to other OSU fans, we're blind. The reporters are not reporting the real truth. Only OSU are reporting the real truth. So you don't know what to think here, or what to say. But again, how long is this going to drag out in court? It could be 4, 5, 6 months. It could be a year. It could be 2. I don't know. But eventually, this will come to an end. And
Yep.
when it comes to an end, and the final verdict is handed down, then we're going to come back and we're going to reassess it and we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Now can
If
I
I
cook?
if
Oh, go
hold
ahead,
on,
Johnny.
if I'm Michigan, I push this. If I don't get if I don't get what I want or something favorable with the NCAA, I kick that can all the way down the road. I keep kicking it down. I kick it for a year. I kick it for 2 years. however long I have to, because the NCAA ain't gonna be around for much longer.
So wait,
So I'm gonna kick that. I'm gonna keep kicking.
It's not. Nope.
Hey, he just cooked, sizzled, and sauteed. Understand?
Nope. Because the SEC and the Big Ten, they gonna combine this stuff. They gonna make their own league.
Yeah,
exactly. So I keep it in court as long as possible until I get what I want, and I give them the double finger. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be
just like Tennessee did.
Yeah, it looks like college football, like NFL. You have the NFC and the AFC. It's going to be the Big Ten, and it's going to be the SEC. With most of the other schools are going to merge with these conferences, and it's just going to be two big conferences. And it is what it is. And on top of that, which I don't agree with, the playoffs looks like they're going to get expanded within a year or two.
I don't like that either.
That's the fact.
Whack.
That's the fact.
That's whack.
Was it going to 14 teams?
Yeah, 16.
That's ridiculous.
16. Because it's all about this. It's about money. We know realistically out of that 16, maybe 4 teams have a realistic shot of winning the Natty. Them other teams are cacadoodle. They're not going to do nothing but get cooked. And it's money because if you get a team, right, like Boise, which was in the playoffs, but get in the first round, they get a home playoff game at home. That shit gonna sell out, man. And it's dirty because they only thinking about money. They're not thinking about the integrity of the sport or the health of the
I got one question for y'all before I go, because I'm about to head on out.
Yeah.
Man, Ohio State, Michigan, they play against each other in the playoffs. When y'all think it's gonna happen?
When? This year?
I said when. Like when?
It can happen soon.
It's gonna happen, but when I don't know. But yeah, bro, that's look, what's crazy, bro? There's gonna come a season where OSU and Michigan plays 3 times.
Yep.
At the end of the year, play each other in the next week in the Big Ten championship and in the playoffs.
Yep.
Can I throw a wrench in that?
Yeah.
Out of them 3, so if they win 3, have to play 3 times, what one will mean the most?
Come on, Mama.
Last one.
The
playoffs.
The playoff is gonna mean the most.
Okay.
Yo, they could beat us 56 zip in the regular season, 88 zip in the Big Ten championship. And if we win 3 zip in the playoffs, I'm like a baby in a candy store.
Yeah, y'all got it.
It's just like them in Oregon this year. Oregon beat them in the regular season. Ohio State dominated them in the playoffs. Oregon fans hiding their head. They hiding right now.
No, they're not. Hey, Johnny, no, they're not. They be talking still.
But anyway,
they hiding, bro.
Listen,
gentlemen,
listen. I gotta start getting ready. There's a fight going down at the Garden Theater, St. Patrick's weekend, St. Patty's weekend. So I'm a party with my Irishmen. They better have them beers ready. Them motherfuckers drink like there's no next hour. Them dudes is reckless. But yo, listen, man. Respect to you, champ. Thanks for coming up, and thanks for being a reasonable Buckeye fan. That's what I like, and that's what I respect, man. You know what I'm saying? As you can see here, when it come to Johnny's channel, you could check us as the Maze Man channel. We Mondays we're live. We're the same way. We welcome y'all with open arms as long as it's respectful. And you was that, man. So Mama, Johnny, my brothers, I see y'all.
All right, big dog.
Hey, at the end of the day.
Hey, read.
They came through both of our teams, so hey, it is what it is.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed, bro.
Hey, man.
I'm blessed, bro. How about you?
I'm hanging in there, man.
Hey, I'm out though. Y'all be easy.
Hey, yeah.
All right,
man.
Appreciate you joining.
Hey, Johnny, can we switch the subject real quick just for a second? What you think about that game winner? What you think about that game winning layup yesterday?
That was dope. I'm not a big Michigan b-ball fan, but I'm at home yesterday. I'm like, the game on, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching Michigan up like 10. Then you see the momentum switch. College basketball, the momentum is just so big. switch.
especially during tournament time when it's the
Exactly.
whole
When you
the
can't buy a
mentality
buck.
switch. Yeah, it switched from
So
regular season to tournament.
so Michigan goes down. I'm like, ah, man, Michigan finna lose. Then they make that little comeback, with the seconds dwindling, and I'm like, hey, what was it? 5-6 seconds left,
Yeah.
and he gets the ball and just zoom, man, gets the layup. I'm like, oh, with point one, so you ain't got a chance. It's
At
over.
all. Yeah, it's
It's
over.
over. Yeah, so that was beautiful. We needed that one.
So he moved down that court quick, 90 feet.
Bro, he was zooming, man. Like that was beautiful for us. But Maryland, they sick. You sick losing that.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
done hooped, it ain't easy to do what he did. Throwing it in, getting it back, weaving through everybody, perfect little loopty lefty hand layup. That wasn't easy.
Yeah, that's good, man. Michigan then beat Purdue this season 2-1. So what I'm saying is Dusty May, if he win the Big Ten championship, bro, that's gonna be crazy.
We
In his
needed
first
this.
season. In his first season.
Like Michigan basketball needs this. And then especially you get that momentum going into the tournament.
Yep.
Tournament time, just like you seeing now with the playoff in basketball, in football, you want to be playing your best ball right when the tournament starts, right when the playoff starts, so you can maybe take all that momentum. Now you go on a run, so look like they playing their best ball at the right time. Hopefully they win this tournament, win the Big Ten tournament, take that momentum into the NCAA tournament.
Yes, sir. Um, yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. Like I kept telling people, man, like I told dude the other day, I said, Dusty May in a tournament, that's wild.
Go ahead and
Because
cook.
you gotta
Well,
oh, go ahead. You said what?
I said, go ahead and cook.
Okay, yeah. So you got Golden from the Florida Atlantic. He went into the Final Four. You got Gale with some NCAA experience. So tournament experience. So they playing at the right time, peaking at the right time. But this is what I got to say. We beat Purdue 2-1. We beat Maryland. We got Maryland back in the tournament, and now we got to play a Wisconsin team that we beat in Wisconsin, so they're gonna be out for blood. So it's gonna be a good game today. I hope y'all tune in. Go blue! It's gonna be epic. It's an epic Sunday. It's election Sunday. And by the way, on Tuesday, guys, I will be at the first four in Dayton. Yes, I hope they put some good teams. Because the last 2 years it's been all right, but I want to see a couple good teams. 16 seeds. You feel me? Let's go. Go blue. All right, Michigan football gonna be great. But so this is gonna be a good game today, Johnny. Because
Yeah,
they
I'm
play
ready for it.
Wisconsin. Because we beat Wisconsin in the beginning of the season, but it's going to be they out for blood. So you know how that go.
Hold on, let me bring up. We got some more callers. Let me bring up Sharad Sane. What up, bro?
Good, y'all. How y'all doing, man?
All right, all right.
Good. I'm not gonna be long, but I just want to come out and pay my homage to y'all both. Johnny, especially you, man. I've been following you since you've been making videos analysis on the couch, brother. Like I've been
I appreciate it.
on the
At
Dr.
the
Brown, everything, man. I've been with you, man, and everything. Main thing I always respect about your chat, man. Like before any team you talk about any team, you always talk about it first. And that's one thing about Johnny that these other fans don't like. We don't even like talk about or anything like that, unless, of course, if you're Ohio State. But but you always been respectful. And I just wanted to shout out to you and Mama. And I know you from
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Because I'm here in Michigan with y'all, man. Well, Mama, I know you're down there in Florida right now, but I know you from the nasty. I'm calling from Muskegon right now, on the east side of the state. So, so I just wanted to pay my homage and respect to you guys, and I appreciate what you guys do, and you guys gonna be seeing me a lot more for sure. But
Appreciate it, big dog.
yeah, man. So I just wanted to say, go
Hey, you
blue.
look like you play on the team, bro. Are we being punked here?
I mean, hey, I mean back, man. I mean, yeah, probably now, probably not back when I was in high school. Man, I was only like about a buck 20 back then.
Hey, he look like he can play right now, bro. I thought we was being punked by a player.
Yeah, I'm about.
Like, okay, Johnny.
I mean, I got the team hoodie on from 2016. That was the first time I ever been to the big house. That was back when they played Colorado. And man, ever since then, man, I've been back. But when I was there, man, it was amazing. So I got to get back there, and hopefully I'll be able to make it to the spring game here for sure too. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
That's
sir.
what's up, big dog. Appreciate you.
yeah, for sure,
Go
man.
blue. Don't worry, man. Listen, don't worry. We about to mud stump people this season. You good? Just stay positive, bro. It's about to be it's about to be an epic belt to ass season, bro. I'm about to tell.
Yeah, I mean, especially how we ended the season. Last season didn't go according to plan how we wanted to. But towards the end, we got Bryce, we beat Ohio State, and we got Alabama.
Hey, he full of confidence though. And people trying. That's another thing I wanted to say today. They trying to tear this young man. He humble. Listen. When we are humble individuals, we are not supposed to be confident about our humbleness. Everybody got a ladder to climb, and he want to climb his ladder with that confidence. I don't want to go up a ladder, self doubting myself. Like I almost slip back down. No, he got confidence. He got confidence to climb that ladder, and he's going out there to prove it. And he humble about it. And people just keep, clown like trying to dehumanize that and make him out to be a bad team. He's more mature than most 17-year-olds we know today.
Talking about Underwood, right?
Yeah, it's levels to this.
And that's what people got to understand. Like to play at the quarterback position, you have to be confident. You have to be a leader. You have to show those qualities to lead a team. And he already, to me, and I watched the interview on the Eisen show, and he sounded like he got it all, and he's ready. I wouldn't be surprised if he'll be starting game one, and that's what I want. I don't want who's the transfer?
Mikey King.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I share your sentiment.
yeah,
He's starting.
I can see him being somewhat of like a bridge type quarterback from like game one to game two. We all know what we want. I mean, King is just there for basically a backup, just in case something does go wrong, which God forbid. But I mean, Underwood is our guy in Michigan Nation, and even all the rest of the nation.
Johnny.
Yeah, you know what I'm
How
saying?
much he weigh now? How much
228.
228. At how tall is he?
6'4".
228, 6'4", and he can sling and run with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing. He's starting.
Yeah, a lot of people comparing him to like a Cam Newton type of.
Oh, yeah, and you see what he did, right? He did that for one season, and he didn't even play a lick of football before he even got to Auburn because he got kicked off the Florida team. So he never played for Florida.
Right.
So he did that in one season.
Right.
Yeah. Right starting.
Oh yeah, he definitely got the starting position for sure. So I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for the season coming up, and about to see what they about to do.
Yes, sir.
For sure, Ben. But hey, man,
I appreciate you.
I just wanted to say, like I said, I just wanted to pay homage and my respect. Y'all be a lot more. I'm sure Rod's saying I'm known as an anomaly, and I'll be back, man, for sure.
All right, God bless you. Going to the spring game?
I got a lot of things going on right now. I'm gonna try my best to make it. If I don't, then I'll definitely be making it next year.
All right,
Got you.
All right, well, it's a
I
pleasure.
appreciate it, bro.
Oh yeah, nice talking to you guys. God bless, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Go blue.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Go blue.
That was dope.
That was a good call right there. That was a good call.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
some dudes.
uplifting though.
Yes, yes. Because I was doing these videos a long time ago. Like he said, I was on the couch, you know, just trying to vent really. And you know, back then I had a lot of Ohio State fans because we was in a horrible time. It was horrible. But you know, I was pushing through it, you know, because I just needed a place to vent. You know, I was so mad about it. I was so mad. Like I made the channel just for me to vent. Like, you know, it's going bad. Somebody, please help me. You know. What up, Dom back? We got Dom back in the house.
How you gentlemen doing?
All right, we pushing along. I
You
think
know, Johnny,
Garrett's
you touched
trying to get on
upon
here.
you touched upon Bryce Underwood saying he wants to win 2
Yeah.
Heismans and 1 Natty. And who is the only player to win 2 Heisman trophies? And where did he play?
Ohio State.
There you go. When he said that, it's like my ears went up, and I'm excited about Bryce Underwood. And I think they're searching, and they're going to search. They're going to continue to search for as long as he plays at Michigan to find something to tarnish the young man. And at 17 years old and getting the amount of money, however that comes about, his level of maturity, humbleness, and work ethic is beyond. And they're saying, well, we're going to compare him to Cam Newton. We're going to, you know what? When all's said and done, they might be comparing Cam Newton to Underwood. You think about all this, and at his age, to keep it bottled, keep it, maintained, that really impresses me because if I was 17 and I got $10 million, where's the women and where's the bottles, but doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm really excited. I think he will be the starter. And I want to see him be the starter day one because that Oklahoma game, that environment, the hype, a night game, I would imagine getting him exposed to that early on is going to be so beneficial as the season progresses. So I'm all for that.
Yeah. You know, he's got a cockiness to him, but it's not like a braggadocious kind of cockiness. It's just a kind of a confidence. It's more of a confidence to me because this dude is a freak of nature. Honestly, 6'4", 228 already, bro.
Yeah.
That's just insane. And it's not like he's just good. It ain't like he's just a passer. Like this dude is mobile, is very mobile, and he's got the arm talent of comparing him to Trevor Lawrence or one of those dudes. So you haven't really seen this that much.
Now you've seen the recruits we've got in the 5-star. I can't ever remember Michigan entertaining, yet alone getting commitments from so many 5-star players. I mean, what do you guys think? How big of an influence by having Bryce Underwood were these kids so talented coming to Michigan, even considering to speak with Michigan?
Oh yeah, it's big time. Because everyone wants to play with the quarterback that's the guy. Everybody wants to play with him. So you're gonna get that attention more. Like Bryce Underwood is there. If I'm a receiver, whether you're a receiver, whether you're a running back, whether you're an offensive lineman, you want to play with that guy. And also on defense, because Michigan's got a quarterback that's gonna put up numbers, whether it's through the legs, with his arms. I want to play with him, whether I'm on offense or defense. I want to go play with that dude. And it's always been like that too,
The who's your number one running back? Personally, I have Marshall number one.
I was thinking Haynes in the offseason. I mean, it's the offseason? About a month or two ago, I was thinking Haynes. But as I watched what Marshall did against Bama, I'm going with Marshall.
Yeah.
and he's putting in the work. Like you can tell he's a workout warrior like Blake or something. I just can't. I don't see how you don't keep him on the field a lot of the time.
You know, we've also had concern about the offensive line, and I think last year was an anomaly due to Moore trying to replace his coaching staff. I know personally that wouldn't sit well with me if I was head coach Moore. And I really believe that he's going to be a lot more hands-on, especially with the commodity that Bryce Underwood is going into the season. And I think we're going to see a much better prepared and ready offensive line because Moore doesn't have the distraction of replacing coaches as he did last year.
Yeah, and that's the thing also. You know, when we talked about last year and what Michigan had to put up with and had to deal with losing all those coaches, bringing in new coaches, and also losing all those veteran players. This year, you didn't have any of that. You brought back the same staff. You only added additions to help. You got an assistant head coach in Biff Poggi. You got the assistant wide receiver coach. His name slips my mind, but
Campbell.
Yeah, so you got him coming in to assist. So you only added guys to already help your position coaches and also your head coach. And then, like with Ohio State, we're looking at them. You're losing all those veterans, plus you're losing Chip Kelly, plus you're losing Jim Knowles. So now you have to bring in guys. So there's a difference in consistency. The best thing you can have for your program,
I'll be back, Johnny. I'll be right back, Johnny.
The best thing you can have for your program and the players is consistency. So when you lose that, whether you like it or not, there's always an effect. And so,
yeah, it's interesting because the Ohio State fan base and the talk, they're right now where we were last year. They lost a lot of talent. They have new coaches coming in. And I know personally, I was a little guilty of that coming off of the championship season into last year. I had no expectations that it would be as bad as it was. And then I got frustrated because it appeared that they weren't doing anything to make adjustments. And then we had that bye week, the great game against Northwestern, Bryce Underwood, and then the Ohio State win. That cumulative effect is building so much momentum going into this year. I'm really excited about the year coming up, and the schedule, one home, one away. It's favorable to us. I think Ohio State loses 4 games.
Think so?
Texas, they're going to lose at Illinois. That's my dark horse loss for Ohio State. Penn State gets them this year. There ain't no way they're winning in Ann Arbor. None. And at the end of the year, it'll be Ryan Day being able to say, well, Jim Knowles had our playbook. It was Hartline's fault, that we lost the Michigan game. And there'll be an array of excuses. But
that would be beautiful.
Yes. Any updates on Rod Moore?
The update on Rod Moore, I haven't had one since Wink said what he said, but it was he's not running yet. So he can't run full speed. So that's bad news to hear. I mean, it's still a long time, but you would expect it's been about a year now. So you would expect that he's at least running, you'd probably like to hear, okay, he's running, but he's not hitting. He's not getting physical yet. But the fact that he's not running, that wasn't good to hear.
No, in the running aspect, it all goes together. Running, weights, diet. And if you don't have the core of running, then maybe the other aspects slack a bit. I feel for the guy. I mean, to not be involved last year, and in my opinion, being the captain this year, and to be dealing with that, well, the positive is at least we're in March and we're not in July having this conversation. So hopefully he's able to get healed and get back into action.
Yeah. And luckily we're deep at safety.
Yeah. But looking forward to it. I appreciate the time as always, Johnny. And you take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Dom. So we got down in the dungeon deep. We got, y'all know him as Garrison. He's a Buckeye fan. He's on Voice of College Football. This dude is like Buckeye Dr. Doom or something. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here is diabolical. But you know, I'm gonna bring him up in a second. You know, you love him, you hate him. You know, I rock with Garrison. Yeah, even though he say some wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? He be wilding. He got Michigan in his blood. I mean, he kind of confusing. But what more can we say about this guy?
What can we say about this guy? The ancient Romans had a word for it. Asshole.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go and bring Garrison up. Hey, that hit every time for me. I don't care if it don't hit for nobody else. It hit for me. What up, bro?
What's up, man? You alright, bro?
Yes, sir.
No, allow me just to say this real quick. I just want to call you out for a second.
What's that?
You said I asked some crazy or wild takes. You don't think Dom saying 8-4 was a wild take?
I mean, but the team.
No. Yes or no will suffice.
No. The teams he picked: Texas, Michigan.
I think so. I have missed it. So, like, what were the games you picked?
Texas, Penn State, Illinois on the road, and Michigan. Now, if you want to say Illinois maybe is wild, I'll give you that one. But the other three, hey.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess for me, so that when I don't mind people having like, and maybe, like I said, I missed it. So maybe Dom gave his reasoning. If you're going to say we're going to lose to Texas, I would prefer I have a reason why. Because I think that a lot of people, what's going on, Unapologetic? What's going on, girl? Good to see you. Beautiful self. But no, I was like, people talk about that Texas game, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
They say, you know, I mean, whether it be Dom or anybody else, you know, they're gonna, you know, Texas is gonna beat Ohio State. And they talk about everything that Ohio State lost. Well, if you talk about what Ohio State loses, and then you talk about Texas being Ohio State, that simply just tells me that you have no idea about Texas. That simply tells me that you don't pay attention to Texas. That tells me you don't study Texas. That tells me you don't know who's on Texas' team. Texas lost damn near their whole offensive line. Three or four of the 5 starters. I think 4 of the 5 starters. Lost a lot of defense like Ohio State did. Lost their whole secondary. And then, okay, you're bringing Arch Manning. We all know who Arch is. Arch had, you know, based off what he was asked to do, you know, I thought he did pretty good last year. You know, some of the games had to step in for Quinn Ewers.
Most of it is built off of them having Arch Manning.
Yeah. So, but Johnny, this is why I love having this conversation. When did Julian Sand become chopped liver? Julian Sand, Dylan Raiola, and DJ Lagway, every single one of them held the top spot in recruiting rankings. So that's my, like, I don't get me wrong, like, I like Arch Manning. I think Arch Manning like can be like him. My question is, why do we say that about Arch Manning, but then everyone acts like Julian Sand was just some 3-star recruit?
He hasn't played.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But my question is, we haven't seen Arch go through a full season.
Yeah, but we've seen him actually play.
No, who'd you see him play against? Who'd you see him play against?
I ain't saying they was.
I know. It's not like, that's what I'm saying. It's not real teams. We're talking about Ohio State in the game's not in Austin. The game's in Columbus. And mind you, do you know who just a fun fact. Do you know who the last freshman quarterback from Texas to play at Ohio State was?
I don't know.
Colt McCoy. How do you think that game went? Yeah, that's like, but he's not a true freshman, of course. But no, I just find that funny sometimes, man, whenever I hear that, because it's almost as if they think that Texas has the same even talent depth that Ohio State has. It makes and then John Hall. I'm sorry, who has a better coach?
I guess y'all.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, why do we just choose this Texas? Like, why do I don't get it. The Illinois game, Dom, I saw you said like it's a hot, like basically a hot take, like it's a big projection. I'm not mad at him for saying that. I said if Ohio State were to lose the third game, I think it would be the Illinois game. I think Ohio State's schedule is tougher than a lot of people give it credit. No, I'm sorry, that wouldn't be the third loss. I meant to say like I think that Ohio State's schedule is harder than a lot of people think it is.
And the other thing is, y'all lost Jim Knowles, y'all lost Chip Kelly. So,
you know my problem, but Johnny, this is my problem with people saying that. Jim Knowles, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Just like I think you would agree with this. We can like hold I hold Jim Knowles like up to like how I see Mark D'Antonio. Mark D'Antonio was the defensive coordinator in 2002 in Ohio State won the national championship. So I have a lot of love for him. I went out and said, listen, Jim Knowles, if you bring me a national championship, you can leave. You can leave. I don't care. I love you forever. I love you. Yeah. Like my dad says to me, Garrison, there's nothing you can do to ever make me stop loving you. That's how I feel about Jim Knowles. But at the same time, I can still critique him. I can critique the fact that Jim Knowles was very I can't critique him. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just trying to see what you critiquing.
If I were to critique him, I would simply say, okay, you stay in your base defense too much. You allow people to drive down the field. Eventually, you get the stop, but that doesn't always happen. You know how like in 2023 for your guys' offense. I'm sorry, in the second half for you guys didn't give up scoring. Now, that doesn't normally happen when you literally don't give up anything in the second half for a whole season. Last year, Ohio State teams could drive the ball on us here and there, but once they got within the 5-yard line, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
For some odd reason. So I would say that when it comes to Chip Kelly, now this is where I don't want to hear anything about Chip Kelly. Anyone that wasn't, and even the Ohio State fan base, but anyone that wasn't an Ohio State fan, like you were critical, Johnny, of the hire when that happened. You were. I can clip it up. I can find it.
Yeah.
You were critical of the Chip Kelly hire. You thought it was a bad hire. You didn't think it would work out, like the rest of your fan base did.
I don't think I'd say it would be.
Johnny, you did. I know for a fact you did. So that's why I'm saying like because I remember it was you, my boy Bryce, M3, TJ, John, all of you. So I don't want to hear you lost Chip Kelly after you bashed him for the hire.
I mean, we beat y'all with him, so I mean, so there's two different sides to this.
Wait. You think I'm just talking about playing you guys? I'm talking about
no. But this is the thing. I can say anything, just like you bashed Wink, and then Wink ended up getting it together. You know what I'm saying? I can say anything in the.
I had valid reasons.
Exactly. So did I, and so I can't knock the results though. Then I would be disingenuous.
Yeah,
so
I'm not
won a championship.
I think
with Chip Kelly calling plays, so I have to give him the respect, and I have to say you just lost. Help win you a championship.
Okay, but
so now you have turnover because Brian Hartline, he's a first time play caller.
That's why I was. Right? And I think you would agree with this. That losing Chip Kelly is much much that holds more weight than losing Jim Knowles, especially like I get it, bro.
Patricia running the same scheme as Jim Knowles?
No.
So you got growing pains coming?
No, but that's not. There's gonna be growing pains. But what I was saying was losing Brian Kelly or Chip Kelly is much that weighs more than losing Jim Knowles. Because I'll tell you why. Just like you said, because you are right about this. At the end of the day, Brian Hartline's the first time play caller, right? So there's gonna be some growing pains. Now, luckily, like, and I don't know if you watch. Did you watch? I'm guessing you didn't see our. Did you watch our coaches talk to the media? Like every single one of our position coaches and all that. So they all talked to him, and they brought up about how one of the big things that Ryan Day did was that when he brought in Tyler Bowen he's not great in the pass game, okay? But he has, every time he goes somewhere, he boosts up the team's running game. He's very good at scheming up the run plays, run offense. So when you have that, and then at the end of the day, bro, Ryan Day is still there. And Ryan Day said until it's all figured out, like he's gonna assist, but he's not gonna be calling plays with them. He said they're gonna assist. Wait. Hey, Johnny, at any point did I say Jim Knowles is trash?
You trying to downplay him?
No, I didn't. No, wait, Johnny. All right, Johnny, you love Jim Harbaugh, right?
No.
Are you allowed to be critical of him?
Oh, you know I'm gonna be critical of everybody.
Exactly. So my thing is, like AD, like I know you're watching this, so you literally heard me say not that long ago, Jim Knowles, I love him. I said if he wins the championship, he can go anywhere. I didn't expect to go to Penn State, but he can go anywhere. I don't like. Why would he not leave, dude? Like, listen. At the end of the day, we ain't pay him what Penn State's pay. The guy. Listen, if you take college football, so 132 plus 32 is 164. Out of 164 coach defensive coordinator jobs, he's the fourth highest paid. I didn't say he was trash. I said he stayed in his base defense. Like, what are we talking about? All right. Anyway, so yeah, I get Dom saying that. Now, I do something for you, Johnny, because this is a Michigan show, and I do have Michigan questions, as you know. So, what I'm guessing you guys talked about. So what were your take on the Bryce Underwood interview? If you don't have to rehash everything, but what do you think?
I thought it was a pretty good interview. You know, he's on there with Michigan alums, so you know they're happy go lucky, you know. But I thought it was a good interview. You know, the hatred for Ohio State, I like that. Poke at LeBron. I would have liked to him say I want to win 2 natties instead of 2 Heismans. He said 2 Heismans, 1 natty. I would have liked to hear him say 2 natties and a Heisman, you know. But he's a kid. He wants to put up numbers. I know he wants to put up some numbers. That's for sure. But he's got a cocky confident. It's not really arrogance. It's a confidence that he believes in what he can do. You know, he's a freak of nature, honestly. You know, to be as big and as tall as he is already. You know, he's kind of a freak of nature. So I didn't have a problem with it, but I would have liked to have heard he wants more championships than Heisman, honestly. And it's hard to win 2 Heismans anyway. But
duh.
Exactly. So if that's his dream, hey, go out and do it.
I thought it was something you could like. I joked about it, but in all reality, I mean, I'm not mad at what he said. It didn't come off as arrogant.
No, I didn't.
If someone called it cocky, sure. One of my favorite Wiz Khalifa bars of all time is "I'm not cocky, I'm just confident that I'm the shit." and I don't blame Bryce for feeling that way. Like, listen, man, I've seen Bryce Underwood play twice live. He's like that. Like Johnny, you know, I call high school games, so I pay a lot of attention to high school football in the state of Michigan. So like, it's just I wouldn't call him. Like, I don't know what he thought. I don't know why he thought I was just gonna shit on him. Listen, let's be very transparent here. I don't like that he went to Michigan, but I'm a fan of Bryce Underwood. Like I'm one of those people who don't like to just downgrade greatness. But I will say, I do think the expectations that are being lofted upon him are a little much.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing he had to be ready for, because The expectation that you were the savior. That was gonna be there. You know, and it's there. But I think he knows that. And I think he likes that, Slick. I think he likes that him going to Michigan, he's the hometown guy and he needs to be the savior. I think he likes that. I think that's part of the reason he went to Michigan. Besides the money, you know, LSU has had those quarterbacks in recent history, Joe Burrow, Daniels, you know, they've had them. But you go to Michigan, you had J.J. McCarthy, who was the prodigal son. He had the same, even though he wasn't from Michigan, he had the same buildup. Like, we want J.J. J.J.'s the guy. He's the savior. You know, so Bryce, it's there. You know, JJ dealt with it.
Yeah. I just and I will say this, like, you're gonna get a kick out of this, but it's honestly how I feel. It's honestly how I feel about this kid, because you're gonna laugh, but I'm being so Johnny. I promise you, I'm being honest when I say this. There is a part of me that feels kind of bad for him, right? Because I don't want to say bad for him, but I think you would agree with me, Johnny, that him going to say an LSU would have been in his better interest as a quarterback. I think if he were to go to a Texas, if he were to go to a Georgia, it'd be in his better interest as a quarterback. Because I mean, we all remember that interview he had when he said that, you know, he was like, you know, at Michigan he just sat there with a blank look on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I, as much as I do believe money was a big part of him going to Michigan, I do think people should acknowledge that there are some people, there are some kids who do go places because they want to be the change. They want to, you know, and so I do acknowledge that fact of him going to Michigan for that. But
so
yeah,
would you rather have Bryce than St. Clair?
Would I rather have him? For our particular situation, I would say no. But I mean, anyone would be stupid to say they wouldn't want Bryce. Like this like you, bro. Like what? Just the last season, right? We had Air Nolan, right? We had Air, and for me personally, I thought Air could be the next guy at Ohio State. But then when Julian was interested, I said, okay, I'll take Julian too. Like, because I understand the fact that competition is competition. And I mean, you guys. I heard you guys talking about what Bryce is now. What 6'4", 6'5"? He's 6'5",
228.
Well, it's nice to know. It's nice to see that he got up to Tavian's size now. Because wait, you called Bryce a freak athlete. You talked about how he's already, you know, he's got the collegiate size. I mean, Tavian came in with it.
He ain't finna play for 2 years, probably.
I'm okay with that. You know what's funny about that, Johnny? I was talking to a Michigan fan on X, and he or was it on there? I was on another show probably. I don't know, but he said to me, he was saying that Bryce being able to start at Michigan means he's more impressive because Tavian St. Clair doesn't get to start at Ohio State. And I said, huh? I said, AD, here comes condescending Garrison. Here he comes. I'm sorry that we don't keep shit in our quarterback room.
God.
I'm sorry that we don't have Alex Orgies. I'm sorry. That sounds crazy, actually, on the way I just said that. I'm sorry that we don't have walk-ons on our quarterback room. Like, I'm not going to apologize for Ohio State stacking talent. Bryce Underwood is that guy. Bryce Underwood, like I believe Bryce is one of those players. The only way that he doesn't work, it has to be because of the coaching.
Yeah, and that's luckily we don't have Kirk Campbell because he was just a bonehead. You know, he couldn't coach his way out of a room, honestly, because he was just that bad. He didn't know how to get guys the ball. He didn't know how to really script plays, you know, set up plays for later in the game and set them up on a drive, you know. And he just was bad at it, you know. So it was, once he got out of there, it was like, okay, and you bring in Chip Lindsey, who does have, he knows what he's doing for the most part.
Yeah. Actually, now we talk about that. Does it worry you at all that with let's say Bryce Underwood as a starter from game one, does it bother? Like, not I don't want to say does it worry you at all that the guy who's going to be calling the plays with him is in and out of college and like in and out of high school up to college or back to high school up to college back to high school and hasn't solidified himself in the college game? Because the only thing that people can point to for him is saying that he coached Drake May for a year.
Yeah. That doesn't bother. It doesn't bother me too much because what I like about him is what I think every coach needs to really do and be is I'm going to build my offense around the skill set of the offense, whether that's run, whether that's pass, whether that's great receivers, whether that's great running backs. I'm going to find a way to build the offense around that. You know, I always like that. Get the ball to the playmakers. Offense is pretty simple. If I got a quarterback, if I got stud receivers, whether they're deep receiver, whether they're short receivers, if they're guys that are quick and fast, I'm going to run a lot of short routes and get it to them. If they're guys that can go deep, I'm going to play action and throw it deep to them. Like football is pretty simple if you do it that way. You know, I'm going to build my offense around what the guys do well. Not, I don't care what these guys do well. They're going to run my system. All right, you're setting yourself up to fail then. So just having that breath of fresh air from not having Kurt Campbell, who he was kind of that guy. I don't care what you're good at. You're going to run my system.
Right.
You know, and so just not having that is refreshing. Now, would have liked to have somebody
What was his system?
He wanted to be a passing. He wanted to be a passing system.
Johnny, I think you could have coached better than he could have.
I know I could have. I know. Hey, yeah, I know I could have. Because I'm gonna run that rock and see what we have. I'm gonna run Mullins. I'm not gonna be doing all this flip flop back and forth with what's his name? Donovan. Actually used Donovan in the throw game. You know what bothered me so much about Kurt Campbell is like even when we had I don't know who it was against, but we used Mullins and Donovan Edwards dual back sets, throwing to Donovan. You know, it had the defense so confused. We used it for like 2 drives, and then we never saw it again the rest of the year. This is like game 5 or 6, and then we never saw it again. Like, bro, this dude is lost.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you pull up 80 had a comment about Brian Hartline. And Land Donnelly. Yeah, I have a nose ring, bro. All right, so right here. What has Hartline proven as a play caller? Not a damn thing. Didn't third base boy, okay, strip him of play calling before the 23 season? He did it early in the 23 season, few games in, which was the right. Well, actually, no. Wait. I'm lying. Wait, no. Okay, so real quick,
fully, did he?
Yeah, no. He wasn't fully the play caller. I think a lot of people have this misunderstood. And actually, here, let me teach some of you some football. Just because you are the co-coordinator does not mean you are calling plays. Brian Hartline was not the offensive play caller, or I'm sorry, the offensive coordinator in 2023. He was the co-OC. The OC, for all intents and purposes, without name, was Ryan Day. Now, let's fast forward to last year. Last year, the OC was Chip Kelly, who was the co-OC, Hartline. Hartline didn't call plays. Now let's go to this year. Brian Hartline is the OC this year, which means he has veto power. The co-OC, he's not going to be calling plays. It's Bowen, and he's not going to be calling plays. So it's not so much about. So yeah, I did say that, Aaron. Crazy, right? But Johnny, am I lying though? When you are the co-coordinator, you are not usually you're not calling plays.
Yeah, most of the time you're not. Only time I've really seen it was Michigan did it, and I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
It was Sharon and Matt Weiss.
Yeah,
and Matt
and
Weiss
that's what I'm
was
saying. Like
horrible.
people look back to that season and say, didn't Ryan Day take away play call from him? No.
But
made it
they made it seem like he was calling plays like he was going to call plays at first, right?
They're going to them, but no.
That's because I thought he was the play caller, and then I had to go back and look because somebody called me out on it on Facebook, I think.
AD, I always call him the TJ. I always call him. But unapologetic. But no, I'm just curious. I'm just very curious to see how this whole Bryce thing goes down. What do you think are the chances that I put this on the Scarlet and Blue channel. I asked the question, what do you think are the chances Michigan can find a star receiver in the spring portal?
Whew. It depends on how many are going to be in the portal. You think it's going to be
no? Usually the spring portal doesn't have a lot of stars in it. So my question is that I guess I'm more of asking do you think they'll be able to entice somebody, or do you want them to? I know you don't like. I know you don't like you talk football. So but what do you think they should, or do they need to?
Oh, they need to. We definitely need to get a established receiver, another one if we can, because we're just too young. Tyler Morris left, and then Loveland is gone.
Why do you think he left?
He probably just saw the writing on the wall, man, I'm out of here, because this was supposed to be his year to put up some numbers. And when he got injured, and then Kirk Campbell being a bonehead, that would have rubbed me the wrong way. I ain't gonna lie. Because if we as fans can see that this dude don't know what he's doing, best believe them players in that locker room, they see it for real. So he probably just got rubbed the wrong way. Bro, this is my senior year.
Yeah.
I gotta put up numbers. My dream is on the line here. You think I'm trying to go work at Target, be the GM at Target?
Well, I'm afraid for Bryce. Y'all might have him in the CFL, and I don't want that for him.
No. You tried to sneak that one in. Don't know, my brother. Don't you do that. See,
the
thing about quarterback is if you win and you've got the talent, the NFL is going to see it. They're going to see it. This dude, he's got all the talent. We see he throws it, but Michigan doesn't throw as much as other teams, but the talent is undeniable, just like JJ. And it's obvious Bryce has more talent than JJ. We can see that right now.
Bryce got more talent than 99% of college football quarterbacks.
Exactly. So it's going to have to go real bad for him. He'd have to show up mentally that he's not there. DJ Ugale or whatever, where you just all right, this dude's got all the talent, but what the hell is he seeing? Remember him? DJ Ugale?
I think part of the problem is they let DJ go out there and kind of sling the ball around. I don't think they're gonna let. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let Bryce go out there and just try and move the ball around like that.
Not at least not this year. It wouldn't be smart. This year you really, regardless of what you want him to be, Sharon Moore and Chip Lindsey. This year you want to have him just like JJ and Cade. You want him to be a game manager, and then bring him along. Now, if all of a sudden you see him in practice this dude is ready, then let's give him more and let's do that. But you really want him this year. You want him to be a game manager. Next year, you want him to, if you can put us on your back, let's give it to him. This is your team.
Hey, and honestly, if he wants a natty or if he wants multiple Heismans, over the next 2 years, Michigan is definitely going to have to go in the portal and get wide receivers.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Because running back, you're not going to have the recruit for him right now. For the next 3 years while he's there. You're not going to have the recruit of running backs. You're not gonna have to recruit offensive linemen, especially with the 2023 class that you guys had. I think you guys had like 6 or maybe even 7 offensive linemen that committed that in there, and I thought a lot of them were good. Actually, Johnny, I've made my my projections for what I believe at the end of the season, at the end of next season, who will be all conference. Actually, I have Andrew Sprague on my first team All Big Ten. I'm a fan of his as a player. I think he's gonna be a really good guy, offensive lineman for you guys. But yeah, over the next 2 years, it's all about getting wide receivers out of the portal, trying to like snatch somebody's, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to get Marsh from Michigan State.
He's committed. He's committed there. He's committed.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you what. So, you have one of the better coaches in college football. Last year was a bad year for Michigan State, but his first year there had a lot of players leave, and at the end of the day, Childs, we can talk about the interceptions he threw last year. He also made a lot of NFL caliber throws. Childs is a very good quarterback. I don't want to say very, but he's a very good passer in terms of arm talent. And I actually thought last year what Michigan State did by just throwing him in the fire, I thought that was the best thing you could do. And I would do the same thing with Bryce if I was Michigan, because Bryce is gonna listen. If Bryce starts or whether he doesn't, he is going to have games where he looks average. He's going to have games where he looks like a freshman.
Fact.
Get that shit out the way now.
Exactly.
Get it out the way now. Because I'm telling you right now, people may not, or on this channel or around the country, may not like Michigan State, may not think the most of them. The truth of the matter is, dude, Aiden Childs can throw the ball, and Nick Marsh is going to be a top 5, top 10 wide receiver in college football this season.
Yeah, he on the wrong team though, because we gonna punish them. We still gonna punish them.
I mean, you didn't punish them last year.
Well, we got the win.
You should have lost, honestly. but no. Hey, know what? We beat Texas. We didn't punish them. There's a difference. We punished Oregon.
Well, we're gonna continuously beat Michigan State. Is that better? We're gonna continue. If he stays there,
honestly though,
we're gonna be hoisting that Paul Bunyan every time.
But John, I think what sometimes fans do, like us fans, what we do sometimes is that we can look at our own team, right, and say, okay, we can see where our team is getting better, and then we forget about the fact that these other programs can get better too. Michigan State's gonna be a better football team than they were last season. I'm not saying they won't, but we're going to beat them. Is the game to East Lansing, isn't it?
I don't care where it is. And I don't talk like this that much.
You don't. I'm trying to give you some objectivity. You ain't taking it.
No, because I ain't got no faith that Michigan State's going to beat us. So it don't really matter where it's at. The thing is, this is one thing that Harbaugh reestablished. Harbaugh put a focus on whether it's Penn State, Ohio State, or Michigan State. Oh, we coming to play. We coming to play. Ain't no, it's just another game. No, we coming for you. These big time games, our goals. If you want it, those games are on the schedule, and we don't play Penn State barely ever now. I guess now. So Ohio State, Michigan State. You ain't slipping up and getting it, and you ain't got D'Antonio. We coming for you every time. You on that schedule, Sparty. I hate it for you.
I feel you. But no, I just.
Do you fear Michigan State? Hold on, before you go.
No, I think between the two, they have a better coach than you do. But I'm really. That's the other thing. I'm really interested.
Do you fear Michigan State?
Do I fear them or do I respect them? Do I fear them or am I scared of them?
Give me something.
I respect them. Like if you're talking about fear as in respect, as in having
y'all do Michigan State so bad, like it was.
No one does us. Listen, no one does us dirt. No one does Michigan State dirtier than Ohio State does.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, every year, Johnny. or at least for the last 2 years, when I go on Scarlet and Blue show, and when that week comes up that we play Michigan State, I tell my best friend Bryce, I said, listen, man, this is what this is like, for Michigan State, Michigan's their mom. And when they keep acting up, sometimes the mom sends their son over to their daddy house to deal with them, that being us. And what we do is that, because it never lasts for a full 60, so for about 15 to 30 minutes, we beat their ass, we send them back to their mama house. That's what we do.
Okay, so that's just how I'm on. Like, I don't. Michigan State, they got to show me. They in show me mode.
Yeah,
they got to show me.
What are your I know you're not like a big like prediction guy, so I kind of want to ask you like a projection. What is a failure this season? Like what things would, like, not just the record, but what things would constitute a failure?
If Bryce was the starter and we don't see the flashes, the real flashes, and Chip Lindsey isn't, we don't see the offense as a whole starting to come into the modern era a little more. But the failure, besides any of that, the failure is if we don't make the playoff.
So you're playoff or bust this season?
Yes. I don't, because if you don't make the playoff, you're coping a little bit somewhat, because the goal is to get in the playoff. Now you got a chance to win the ultimate goal. So I want to be in the playoff. Now you don't have the 14. You've got a big opportunity. So you don't really get the excuse now. Ohio, y'all would go 11-1 and you missed the playoffs. You had an excuse, like, bro, we can only lose one game. Now you don't have that excuse. You can lose 2 games. You possibly can lose 3, depending on who you lose to. So it's all about playoff. I got to get in that playoff, because it hurt seeing the other teams in there enjoying the pageantry and the build up.
Three Big Ten teams.
Exactly. And one of them being Indiana.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. So I want to be in the playoff, bro. If we don't make the playoff, the season is somewhat a bust to me, unless we're right on the edge and it comes down to, we lose the, let's just say Ohio State and it's close, and then that kept us from it. Then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? But really, I need to be in the playoff. Like, in the end of the day, I need to be in there.
Hey, Johnny, one second.
Oh boy, he done got up. We don't know what he's doing. we don't know what he's doing. You can't trust this dude.
No, I gotta watch with my sister's dogs. So this big Stark right here. Yeah, a little Stark right here.
He got a mask.
He was outside my door, but
okay.
Yeah. Shoot, what were you saying?
I'm talking about it's playoffs or bust for us. That's for the season to mean something like I want it to. You got to get in the playoffs. You got to have the chance to win the championship. If you don't make the Big Ten championship, at least make the playoffs. So now you can try to go on a run, similar to y'all did. Go on a run and let's try to win this championship. That's what it's about.
Landon, if you want to see that, go to 20 episode of go to Scarlet and Blue show in 2023, and you will see me singing Victor's Valiant as a bet I lost.
Okay, since we done got here, Michigan, Ohio State in the game. Do y'all expect to beat us this year?
I expect to beat you every year.
Oh, you do?
Wait.
Oh, my bad.
No, yeah, John, you gotta remember, I've lived a very different life than a 80s or 90s Buckeye fan. I don't. Again, I just had to point this out, because I was in get out of there in 2000 and in 2000 I was 6 years old. That's when I started watching, actually watching football and or understanding football. So since then, man, you guys have beaten us 4 years in a row now, right? So my life, and with my own eyes, I have seen you guys beat us 6 times. Now do the math. I expect to beat you guys. If we don't, hey, listen, man. Last 4 years, those games happened. More so last year, like that can't happen. That was just a bad team. You shouldn't lose to a bad team in general. But no, I mean, coming to this season, I think both teams have a lot of similarities. I think both teams have an offensive line that has to work itself out. Ohio State has the luxury of bringing back the interior offensive line from the playoff, and they brought in two offensive linemen out of the portal. So they do have that going. So I do expect Ohio. I mean, I think we're gonna have a better O-line than you guys this upcoming season. Wide receiver, there's no reason to talk about it. Running back, I would say right now, when it comes to Ohio State, we got C.J. Donaldson Jr. out of West Virginia. I think he's in. I'll put it this way for him. He's going to be in the same situation that Judkins was in. You know, when Judkins came to Ohio State, I looked at his yards per carry and I said, "Oh, that's going to go up," because Ohio State's going to have the best offensive line that he's ever played with, right? I think the same thing for CJ. We got James Peoples. A lot of the guys at Ohio State, the players have compared him to J.K. Dobbins. So we'll see. Of course, you guys, you bring in you have Marshall, who I think is a dog. I think he's really good. I was really happy in that game against Bama. You know, he had a really slow start, but as the game went along, he got, he figured it out. You gotta get used to it, man. You gotta get used to it. It's a different game. It's not high school anymore.
A lot of that was just him too. That offensive line wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, the offensive line was dog shit. So I was very impressed by him. I think he's going to get most of the carries. I don't believe Justice Hayes is as good as him. I think Justice Hayes is a north-south guy who lowers his shoulder, has really good balance, but he's not going to break the big one. He's not fast.
Yeah, Marshall's he looks like a complete back.
Yeah. He has a. I think he's closer to being a complete back than Justice Hayes is. Quarterback, we'll see. Listen, bro, both teams have quarterback questions. Both teams have quarterback questions. But I listen, man. Like if you guys want to play Mikey Keene this season, please, by all means, go ahead.
We don't. I don't.
Like by all means, go ahead. But no, we'll see. And then I think both defenses will be good. Speaking of that, come on. All right. Speaking of that, on this show, on these airwaves, on the Johnny Olden show, there has been someone who has come on here. He did a long time ago, but he has countlessly said Rod Moore should have gone to the NFL and declared for the draft because you haven't played in a while. Your stock could go lower, and you just got hurt, bro. You're putting yourself back in a situation where you can do it again. He has not ran yet. Since his injury, he has not ran. He had a setback. Johnny, who was right?
Hold on. You're not right yet.
Johnny,
because it's a long time before the season.
Bro, let's think about it, Johnny. By the time the season comes, we are talking 2 years of football that you have been, damn near 2 years of football that you have missed. Your body ain't going to be the same, bro. No. That was a mistake to come back. That was a mistake.
No. He's only missed a year. This is the time. So he's 1 year into when he got hurt because he got hurt.
That's why I said damn near 2 years.
So he's coming up on. So it's been a year since he's been hurt. It's been because he got hurt right around now. So he has the chance to still get back to where he was physically. It's just a setback. But if he comes out there and plays well, then he's gonna make that money back, bro. Because he would have got drafted and been injured, so that's gonna knock you. But if he plays this year and shows that he's back up to where he was, he's gonna get his money.
Hey, real
He's
quick,
gonna get more than he would have got last year being hurt.
I'm sorry, Johnny. Everybody, I need you guys to actually go look up what college safeties make in NIL. It is not anything near what you are going to make in a rookie contract in the first round, which I thought Rob Moore could have been, or early second. Bro, Caleb Downs is the highest paid safety in college football at $1.2 million. I can promise you right now, Rob Moore is not getting over $1 million. I know for a fact that he's not. So everyone in here saying NIL is the reason Rob Moore came back. No, Rob Moore probably came back because he thought he lost his draft stock. He came back.
He did.
Yeah, well, he did. Yeah, he came back because he probably wanted another chance at the will at run. Play with his teammates again. That was probably one of the things. Even though all his boys left, he probably wanted to come back and except for Mason Graham and guys like that, bro. I need y'all to understand something. If you had a setback and you have not, and you still, and not that you haven't run, you are incapable of running. Mind you, everybody, I'm not just talking from inexperience. I'm talking from someone who's played college football. I'm playing from someone who has seen their sister go through 2 collegiate ACL injuries. So I'm not just talking on my arse here. If you are not ready right now in March, I'm telling you, and you had a setback, March, April,
It's
May,
like 6-7 months.
Bro, you are not going to be ready by the time the season starts.
It's not likely he's going to be ready for the start of the season, but that doesn't mean he won't be ready for. Let's say he comes back. Let's say he did like he did in 2023, and he comes back game 4 or game 5, and then he puts great film. He puts Rod Moore film out there. He's still going to make more than he would have if he left. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I just look, man.
I had the same take. I'm not saying that you totally wrong because I said the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he's probably not going to be ready. It's still like 6-7 months, but he's probably not going to be ready because you're getting ready to run into a wall. You play safety, so you have to not only have your body in tip-top shape, but you have to have the confidence in your body to basically say, I could run through that wall. Because that's what football is. You're basically running into a wall. Yeah. I can run through that wall with confidence, and I trust my body's gonna hold up. So yeah, you're not totally wrong, but he bet on himself. And then
that was a bad thing to do.
I mean, he got hurt like instantly when like he got hurt like right now. Let's say this is last year.
That's the point, man. That's the point. Like I just like I said, because when I said this, bro, like it's probably not fun to hear from Ohio because I'm an Ohio State fan, but take away the Ohio State part of it. I was simply just looking at it from like a normal perspective. If you get most guys that get injured, because he was a senior last year or junior?
Junior
last year.
This is senior year right here.
Okay, you were a junior last season, dude. And actually, John, I bet you did he take a medical red shirt?
This is his medical year, I believe. Then.
Okay, so if you do that, bro, I would say it's about any player, bro. And if it's an Ohio State player, bro, you gotta go. Especially if you are in a high impact position.
But he got hurt. That's the thing, though. Okay, let's say he would have declared for the draft. He got hurt in non-contacts, so he would have missed the combine and everything. You get what I'm saying? So he would have been. He would have been he was probably a second round safety back then, maybe low first round, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got hurt, that probably would have dropped him to 3rd or 4th. If you know what I'm saying, like he would have got dropped. So he came back. Him coming back, it's like if he comes out and shows that he's healthy anytime this year and puts some good film, his stock is going to be more than it would have been that last year if he went, because he was going to get hurt with that injury.
I think Tim had a question for you, actually, though.
Let's see. And the portal area is getting hammered by the NCAA fair anymore. OSU's hammer barely hurt their program because no one was allowed to transfer. Should the NCAA take that into consideration? I mean, they probably should, but they probably don't give a damn. If we being honest, they probably ain't thinking about that. Or maybe they are with how they're doing these penalties and stuff like that, because you're not getting a death penalty. That's not happening. You know, some people think that's still a thing. It's not. That's not a thing anymore because you hurt more than the program. You hurt a lot of these kids, which I guess you have the portal, they can leave and stuff like that, but it's still not fair to a lot of them. So I don't think they're gonna look at it with the portal so much. It's gonna be what exactly did you do and the punishment that fits it, if that makes sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. We're going to have to see. You know, people keep coming out with this Buckeye Scoop. I try to watch Buckeye Scoop sometimes, but it's hard to take them serious when, you know, they're always, regardless of whatever they say, Michigan is a trash scumbag program. Michigan is that scumbag. It's hard to take somebody serious and take their unbiased opinion when it's obvious they have bias. So even if I was to get by them the way they talk all the time, the fact that I don't see things that they say on ESPN, I don't see it on CBS, I don't see it reported by someone with credibility, so I can't take what they say serious. Even if you say, oh, they've got an insider, okay, well, why isn't this? If insiders get reported and it gets reported on big time places now, ESPN. In these places, somebody once told me on, I think I was in Menace to Sports. I was like, why don't they work for ESPN? Well, then he said, why would they want to work for ESPN? Well, ESPN is the worldwide leader in sports. And you know what ESPN has? Credibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's a credible source. You know, when I get news on Michigan, the first thing I look for is, did ESPN report it? Did CBS or somebody like that report it? Because they have credibility. Buckeye Scoop can just come online and say anything. They can come online and say anything. Whether it's right or wrong, they can come on here and say anything. There's no consequences to it. That's the thing. If ESPN says some stuff that is trash or it's super wrong, they can have consequences to that. People will call them out and it's going to be on ESPN. That was wrong information. Buckeye Scoop will just say anything. There's no consequences to it. They say something about, they might have one topic and say six or seven different scenarios, and then one of them hits, and then somebody's like, they're never wrong. Buckeye Scoop had it first. They're never wrong. They gave 10 different scenarios, and one of them hit. Man, they're cooking. Like, what? What are we talking about? Hold on, let me get this right here. The difference between my bias and Buckeye Scoop's bias, I can come on here and say Ohio State has a great recruiting at receiver. I can say, man, Ryan Day is cooking. I can come on here and say,
I've never heard you say that.
What?
Ryan Day is cooking. I've never heard you say that.
He's never cooked us, but I gave you.
Wait. Repeat that again.
2019, he cooked us. But you can go back to my videos back in the day when y'all did, and it's plenty of praise for Ohio State. That's the difference between me. When we beat y'all, I'm going to clown y'all. And yeah, I'm going to give it to you. But when I'm talking real about actual football, my football takes are right there with anybody that want it. I'm right there with them. So Scoop, no matter if Michigan wins, loses, beats Ohio State, they're going to talk bad about Michigan. That's my point. They have no leeway in their bias. They had a hate watch party for the Bama game. They were so sad. They were so sad and talked so bad about Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And I'll talk my stuff about Ohio State. But just like when I gave y'all credit for winning the championship. I had a whole video pretty much just praising Ohio State. They won the championship. They ran.
It was a great video. I might go watch it again. Actually, I not to figure out, but that was a good video. I might go watch it again.
They ran the gauntlet, won the championship. Hats off to them.
And you said, Johnny, you did say, a month in advance. Actually, long. You said, well, Ohio State does that, man. Hey, you can't really say anything to them. I mean,
I can get mad and say something, but the truth is they went through all those teams and they did it. Partly because we pissed them off, but I mean, I guess it's a give and a take. We beat them, but end up making them mad and focused, and they won the championship.
I wouldn't say all of that, but
so we didn't make y'all.
I've never. I tweeted this out earlier. I've never seen a bunch of fans want to be a part of someone else's success. Y'all are like the dude.
Garrison.
No, y'all are like the dude.
Hold on.
No. Y'all are like the dude that wants to date a girl just because another dude dated her. Like that. That's what y'all are like the person. Y'all like the woman that when she divorces her husband, she wants to get half of everything, and she wants to have something just because she just happened to marry him while he became a CEO or something. Like that's what y'all sound like.
But look. You've had some of your players have even said that Michigan with the flag planting.
No. I didn't know. Listen, I didn't say it didn't help. Y'all act like that was a sole reason. No. Y'all act like it accounted for like a half of the reason why we won the national championship.
I mean, when somebody brings your focus to 110%, you don't know.
You're not Johnny. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. And this is why.
How?
You don't get to say that because there are football things I can point to on why Ohio State did what they did. Ohio State didn't go out there running tight sets. Ohio State didn't go out there passing the ball out of tight sets. Ohio State didn't go out there letting defensive coordinators bait them into doing something stupid like running the ball up the middle when you're not supposed to do that to that team. Ohio State took the advantage of their defense, the speed they had, and they were able to go ahead and blitz, do spying and blitz more, and run more stunts than they did throughout the season. There are a lot of football reasons we can talk to. A lot of actual.
I'm not taking that away. What I'm saying is
tangible things.
I'm not taking that away from you, but there's something about a chip on your shoulder and being angry. Did Ohio State not have a chip out on their shoulder after Michigan losing to a 6-5 Michigan team?
Yes. Why would they?
Bro,
wait.
There's one thing.
You think Ohio State had? Wait, did Ohio State have a chip after they lost to Oregon? Yes. Again, I've never seen I've never seen another team.
Oregon, you can't compare Oregon and us last year because we weren't good.
No, I'm not saying.
You just said we were a bad team.
Johnny, I'm gonna teach. My dad says this. My dad says this. I love this. My dad says this. Don't pay attention to the car. Pay attention to the destination. So don't pay attention to the scenario. Don't pay attention to the scenario. Look at the end point. What I'm saying is we lost to Oregon, just like we lost to y'all. Bro, losses are motivation no matter which way you want to take it. Yes, losing to y'all is a little bit different than losing to Oregon. But my God, there are tangible things. There are tangible things that we can look up, that we can look to on why Ohio State did what they did before we have to get to you. Wait.
I never said we were the only reason y'all won the championship, though.
No. You guys, what you guys do is that you lubricate
because y'all don't want to admit it.
No, you lubricate yourself to the fact that you beat us, and you lubricate yourself, and you guys try to get off to us winning the national championship, saying, "Oh, we did that. Oh, we did that." No, that's not how
we did. We gave y'all the
right, and then someone else
playing around. Y'all playing around
up here. Someone just said in 2021, Michigan motivated us. Please answer me this: what the hell did you accomplish? You won the Big Ten. After you won the Big Ten. I'm sorry. In 2021, did Michigan win the national championship?
No.
Thank you, Johnny. All right, that's all right. All right. I'm sorry. Like in 2021, that's a motivate. No, in 2021, you lost that game because they had the best player on the football field and the best player in the Big Ten, and possibly the most impactful player in college football.
Okay.
That's when you lost.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna set the paint. I'm gonna set the picture, paint the picture, and we're gonna sip and paint. So
let me hear it.
What did Ohio State do? Okay, you're losing to Michigan. You lose to Michigan. All of the anger, all of the angst, Jack Sawyer, your season's over. We're gonna all of that anger. Then what happened directly after that? What did the players do? What did the coaches do right after that loss?
I mean, it wasn't the coaches, it was one coach. Ryan Day and Caleb Downs basically held a players and coach in a players meeting then or players meeting with Coach Ryan Day. And they talked about what the players told Ryan Day what they believe on how the coaches put them in a bad position in that game, which I do agree with. I do agree. I came right after the game. I said I don't blame this loss on one of the players. I didn't blame that loss on any of the players in that game this past season. So that happened. Wait. That happened right after that, Johnny. That's because Johnny, you're talking about one day. After that, you are talking about preparation because you gotta remember this is what they said. They said after that, after they hashed it out, they left it where it was.
Yeah, and they locked in.
So wait. After that, what happened after that, Johnny? We had Tennessee fans blabbering.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not. Wait, you can't say a playoff game is irrelevant to a national championship and then say a regular season game is relevant to a national championship. That's ass backwards.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I can.
No, it's ass backwards. Wait. You just said a playoff game was irrelevant to a national championship. Winning a playoff game is irrelevant to a national championship.
You said Tennessee fans.
Yes, Johnny. And my point is Tennessee fans, and a bunch of the media, especially ESPN and places like that, FS1, everyone around the national media kept saying Ohio State can't win the national championship. Ohio State's going to lose to Tennessee. Tennessee is taking up over probably half or more of the stadium. A lot of people were saying that we were going to lose to Tennessee. That is why we did it. Next game, everyone said, Oregon's the number one team in the nation. Oregon, I'm reaching now, Jamie. Who's reaching? I'm giving you actual facts. Don't get mad because you're some fanboy that you don't want to listen to facts. So what ends up happening is we go against Oregon. Oregon's the number one team in the nation, Johnny. Oregon is. Everyone in here that respects you so much as they should, they all listen to you say Oregon was going to beat Ohio State. And then what happened? Belt the ass. We did Oregon dirtier than we did Tennessee. Think about that.
I mean, you should have had motivation.
Wait. And then you keep talking about, but Michigan motivated us. Let's keep pushing forward.
We did.
Let's keep going. You think y'all, I swear to God, y'all believe y'all the sole
if
reason.
Y'all beat us, y'all win the championship.
All right, Johnny. How much?
If
I don't
y'all
know.
beat us, y'all win the championship.
I don't know. Hey, Johnny, I don't know.
That's
Johnny,
the point. That's the point you're missing. The fact that y'all lost to us is what made your team go to 110%, bro.
I saw unapologetic talk about.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let you
go ahead.
If Michigan, if we lost to y'all, and then everything happened the way it did, like let's just flip it, and what happened to y'all happened to us. So we lose to y'all. And then we win a national championship. But the flag planting, all the anger, the angst, you're lower ranked. And we have meetings afterwards to bring the team together.
A meeting.
Okay, a meeting. That's fine. A meeting. We're pissed off.
Yep.
We let a team that shouldn't have even been close to us hang around. We're not letting this happen again. We're pissed off. We came back to beat Michigan, to win a championship, and we didn't do it. We're pissed off. Y'all pissed off? I'm pissed off. Let's go win a championship. It all happened from that moment, bro. You just admit it. I wouldn't have a problem with it because we got the ultimate goal.
Johnny,
thank you, Michigan, for beating us, and it focused us in to win a championship.
Wait, Johnny, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Johnny, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I said that was initial motivation. But the problem is the goal is to win the championship. How is it initial? Johnny, my problem becomes when you sit, not you, but when I say you, I'm generalizing here. I'm generalizing. When you sit here and talk as if it was 50% or majority of the reason or the motivation why we won. Again, and to answer your question, Johnny, no. If roles were reversed, I wouldn't act like you and the rest of your fan base. You know why? I'm not a doof. So I don't do things like that. What I do is that I sit here, I see what the team does after the fact. I see when people go out there and they keep saying, oh, if you get Ryan Day to the fourth quarter, if you get him to the fourth quarter, you're probably going to win. What happened in that Texas game, Johnny? Do you know what the score was going to the fourth quarter?
What was it? What was 21-7?
It was 14-14. Do you know who had the ball going into the fourth quarter?
Yeah, your defense stepped up.
Oh, wait. No, but wait. Don't, no. Backtrack.
It was 20. It ended up being 21-14, and then Jack Sawyer.
Y'all kept saying Ryan Day can't win big games. Y'all kept saying if you get Ryan Day to the fourth quarter, he will fold. It didn't.
I don't say that.
It didn't happen. No. Everyone said that. It didn't happen. And then the next game comes against Notre Dame. Again, all you Michigan fans, because I saw it on the timeline. All you Michigan fans, again, lubricating yourself, trying to get one off to Notre Dame having a 10-minute drive. What happened after that? Again, like they did not
go run Riley Leonard into death on the first drive.
But Johnny, that's you. That's you, Johnny. You knew that. You have the football brain capacity to understand that. I'm talking about the rest of your fan base that sat there and watched a 10-minute drive and they thought, oh, here comes the old Ohio State, just for them to shut the hell up and not come back on the timeline. Like I don't like again, Johnny. I think you would agree with me that I'm a very, very fair person. I'm a very fair person when it comes to things like this.
So how much credit do you want to give Michigan for bringing your team to focusing?
What percent would you give?
I don't know. Probably 35%. I'm going to get to me, and this is why I say this, bro. Anger focuses you. When you lose to somebody you're not supposed to, and you can have this with Jordan and all these different great players. When you're angry, that's why Jordan used to make up things to get angry about, because it focuses you in. Ohio State wasn't playing pissed off. Lathan Ransom wasn't knocking dudes out until after Michigan.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, he wasn't playing lights out.
Johnny, what are you talking about, bro? Again, people say things that aren't true. Again, hey, Chef, you're sitting here arguing I'm for the sake of it. No, I'm not. I don't know if you actually know the definition of that. It's called truculent. Put that in your vocabulary if you want to. But no, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm sitting here saying to you is that there are tangible things that Ohio State did that matter more to the game.
That's not true. I'm not saying that's not true.
Oh, wait. So you think what you guys did, you think that counts for a third of what the reason Ohio State, not the game planning, not the personnel changes, not the fact that we had not the fact that we missed the Big Ten championship, didn't get a chance to win it. Because the truth of the matter is, bro,
been there so long, y'all don't miss there.
Because the truth of the matter is, right? With knowing that the game is the biggest rivalry in sports and the biggest rivalry in college football, and like the fact that we want to beat you guys no matter what, everyone knows this. A lot of the motivation for beating you also, Johnny, was because we wanted to get back. We wanted that Oregon game. You have to acknowledge that, Johnny. You have to acknowledge that. The fact that Ohio State fans were I'm not, again, because I don't want to say this and then you misinterpret my words. I'm saying as much as we know that the Michigan game is the biggest game in sports, the biggest rivalry game in sports. It's the biggest rivalry game in our game. With that being known, one of the biggest motivations for beating you guys was also because we wanted to see Oregon again. You know that.
I mean, y'all were going to play. Oh, you're talking about in the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, but I mean, y'all would have the opportunity in the playoffs.
We don't know, Johnny. We don't know that.
Okay. I got
the same way.
You're right, because they could have lost to somebody else.
I'm gonna call you out. The same way, and I'm gonna call unapologetic out. The same way that she said, wait, because the same way she sat here and said the Ohio State fans sit here in La La Land. I literally just had to listen to you say, well, what if this happened? Well, what if that happened? Hey, if my aunt had stones, she'd be my uncle. I'm not sitting here. I'm not here to sit here and talk about ifs or stay in La La Land. I'm not here to do that. What I'm sitting here saying is that as motivation came from the loss to Michigan, anyone that sits here and says that
y'all were embarrassed, though, bro. Y'all didn't just lose. Y'all got embarrassed. That was embarrassing.
No, y'all didn't embarrass us. Losing that game was embarrassing.
I didn't say we embarrassed y'all.
Yeah, well, it was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree with you, Johnny. But listen, like I said, I'm very fair in this, bro. Any Ohio State fan that will tell you that Ohio State that losing to Michigan didn't play a part into Ohio State doing what they did would be lying to you. The same way I believe a Michigan fan saying that a third of the motivation of Ohio State winning the national championship, I will call that insane. I think both viewpoints are crazy.
I'm not saying
if you said 10%, I might give that.
No, I'm not, because to me it's more than that. To me, it's more than that. Because Michigan, that loss to Michigan made everything that Jack Sawyer, what's his name, Tyleek and JTT and Abuka, it put everything into focus why they came back to Ohio State and what the goals were at Ohio State. It put it all in focus of we're about to go out as big time Ohio State losers. We haven't beat Michigan at all. We're not going to the Big Ten championship. We don't even have Big Ten championships.
John, I'm happy you said that, Johnny.
Hold on. If we don't come together and win this title now, we're going to go out as the biggest Ohio State losers probably of all time almost. So that's what I agree. I would agree. Michigan brought to the forefront, and let's focus in and let's get it. So that wasn't there until that loss happened.
Okay, so one, I disagree with you. Because I mean, just simply because you're not in the locker room.
What did they come back to do? What did they all
hold up. I disagree with you because one, you're not in that locker room, you're not in the wood, you're not in the facility.
I don't have to. They say it in the media, bro. This is media. They say it in the media.
Johnny, listen what I'm saying to you, bro. I'm telling you that is not the sole thing that because it wasn't the sole thing that refocused them. I talked to Notre Dame fans about this because Notre Dame fans kept telling me how one of the things they have in their favor was that, they have motivation because, no one thought Notre Dame was going to win, right? No one thought they really had a chance, And I said, whoa. This Ohio State team, for the better part of 4 seasons, or for their whole careers, basically, has been down-talked on. They haven't accomplished anything. They haven't done anything worth talking about. Yes, you've beaten Penn State. Penn State, yeah, you've done that. Sure, yeah. Some of you guys were no. They have nothing. So it wasn't just about. It's not just about the Michigan game, bro. It's about the fact that for 4 seasons, there is nothing that you can hang your head on. It's not just about you guys, Johnny. I remember because here's the truth of the matter, man. In 2022. Had Ohio State gone and beat Georgia, and we would have won the national championship, bro. No one would have gave a damn about that game against you all. Nobody would have. I wouldn't. The same way, Johnny. Like I'm very clear on this. I care about these last 4 losses. I do. The loss last year, that one angers me, bro. I don't give a damn about that loss. I don't. Listen, bro, like I would feel the same way for you. If we beat y'all and y'all won a natty, bro, I would sit here and tell you should not give a damn about what I think. I would tell you that. Because at the end of the day, this game is about one thing, and you know that. Everyone in your chat here, they might not agree with it, but you know what this game is about. Like I would truly love to hear how many people here have played the game. You play, bro. You play to win the championship.
Yeah, that's a fact. My point is,
and that's not to wait. I'm sorry, Johnny, because I'm not talking to you, Johnny. I'm not talking to you right now. And that does not diminish the game. That does not diminish it. It does not at all. What it is actually having the brain capacity to understand a national championship is bigger than everything else.
That is true. But what I'm saying is those players, all that stuff, it would be true what you're saying about all the Michigan and all that if it's not ingrained when you go to Michigan, hate Ohio State. When you go to Ohio State, hate Michigan. Block out the X's. So them not beating Michigan all those times, them not getting no gold pants. I don't have any gold pants to take home. They have none. And also be losing to Michigan, you don't get to go to that Big Ten championship. So that's why I speak on them losing to a team that you had no business. It brought all of that to the forefront. That's why I say it brought all of that you haven't done anything at Ohio State of value. When you lost that game to a bad Michigan team, it brought all of that. We better focus in and win a championship, or we're going to go out as the biggest Ohio State players that are losers ever. You muted yourself.
And I know, and I agree with you. But that's why I brought up. That's why I brought up 3, bro. But that's why I brought up the fact that there's 4 years of data we can look to. Yes, that game was a precipice. I'm not again, bro. Like you have like I'm taking away from that. I'm not. I'm sitting here telling you, bro. This team has been in many situations in big games where they didn't come through. The Georgia game. Like this is something that has continuously happened. It's not just about the game. Because the only difference, Johnny, between losing to you guys, that was Ryan Day's first loss to an unranked team. That's that was like the main thing about that. Like, it's his first loss into an unranked team. So again, I'm not serious saying like it wasn't a big deal. Again, that's not what I'm saying to you, bro. I'm
gonna go 25%. You. So
no, I'm saying like
look. You said game plan.
By the way, everybody, I'm enjoying my championship. Believe that.
So you said game plan. You said roster moves, and you said one more thing.
No. I see what you're trying to do. I said 4 years of data of you guys.
No. I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you said for the playoff run.
I only named 3 things, but I could have kept going. I only named 3 things.
I'll just name 3, and then I'm gonna give you the 4th. That's 25%.
I was pointing out to you that and I think you agree with me. Wait. No, see, this is making me mad because you are a football guy. You're not a narrative. This is crazy, Johnny. Dang, this is the brother I know.
If you say, look,
I know, man.
Listen.
Not a narrative guy. He's a
no. This ain't a narrative, bro. This ain't a narrative.
Nah, you make Johnny. You making me sad, bro.
To me, no, because you think I'm taking away from y'all. I'm gonna say 25%, and this is why I say game plan. I'm big. I'm
Johnny,
big.
Johnny, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. I'm big on game plan. Game plan to me is almost everything in sports, football especially. Game plan is huge. Now you can say the roster moves they made, doing this or that. That's big also. I can't remember the third thing Garrison said, but I think it was play calling. But the one thing that is huge for me is when you're an angry team and a focused team, you dangerous. And that's the big thing. Losing to Michigan made Ohio State angry and focused. They always had the talent. They always had the coaches. What was the thing that they all came back to win a championship, win the Big Ten, beat Michigan? So when they lost that game, the anger and the focus went through the roof. things that they didn't even notice. Things that they didn't even notice. Now they notice it. Coaches meeting, players meeting. So that's my thing on it. You know, it had to be said. Y'all wrong. Hey, y'all wrong. Y'all everybody say he kicking his dog. Used to start, but that's my thing. When you're an angry and focused team, and it brings everything together. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's what it is. I'm about to get off of here anyway, Garrison, though. You know, it's been almost 3 hours, and I was supposed to barbecue. I don't know, it's getting a little dark. But who donated? Dom, appreciate the $5. And Jamie, appreciate the $5. He said go blue. But yeah, you know, I mean, we Michigan, Ohio State fans, we're gonna agree to disagree. I'm not saying that Michigan was the total reason, but to me, it brought them together. And I've seen their players say it. So that's not me. That's not just me on here as a Michigan fan saying this. Your players are saying it too. That loss and everything that happened after, with the fighting and with the flag planting and all that, it brought them together. So it is what it is, you know. But I'm huge on game plan. Game plan is about number one for me on winning and losing, especially in football. But motivation, anger, and focus, when you can get them to come to the top and we mad. Oh, that's dangerous, especially when you already got the talent. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I'm going to jump off of here. Appreciate Garrison joining. Appreciate Marmar, Boxing Maniac, and Dom all joining. Even Ive for joining. You know, we get to cooking on here. So I appreciate everybody joining the live, and we're gonna get on out of here. I'm tired now, honestly. I'm fatigued. So as always, like, share, subscribe, and go blue.
Great to be a Michigan Warrior.